Hello. I'll go to this channel. I'm sorry. What? Wait, wrong wrong button. Wrong button. Hi, hello. I'll just sit here for the minute and a half. You guys are about to go in that jail. I'm sorry, Twitch. Goodbye. I'll wait for you guys. I'll wait for you guys. I'll just yap about what's happening. I just posted everywhere. I'm live, so if you're not doing so, there was my social media, and you can also hang out with us in Discord if you would like. Hello, hi. I hope everyone's doing well. Hi, 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 hi. Hello, hi. Oh, wait. Is the ad even running? Wait, it got canceled. I didn't touch that. I guess I got snoozed. Weird. Hello, I hope everyone is doing well. So funny thing about today's stream, guys. funny little instance. I just remembered. Well, I didn't just remember. I just realized, because I didn't know the date for Fall in Love, the Steam event for visual novels to be showcased. The smaller indie visual novels to be showcased on Steam is gonna start on September 24th. However, I've been getting emails to play games already for it, so I figured, okay, maybe I could do that now. Oh, there goes the ads. There they go. I don't know why it was delayed, but I'm sorry, Twitch. So yeah, I'm playing one of them now. I got invited to like, I think 6 or more others. Like the recent 3, I'm like super interested in. The others, I'm kind of just like, ooh, interesting. So I can't wait to play more. Expect at least 1 or more visual novels every week for streams. But I don't know if I'm allowed to even do that. Oh my god, I forgot to close this program. So yeah, my apologies if to the devs if they meant for me to play this during the event, because I'm too excited and I want to play them now. I hope that's okay. I hope that's okay. I'm sorry. The last 3 that reached out to me gave me the date the 24th, so I couldn't remember, and I keep forgetting to check. I'm so sorry. I've been emotional. Hello. Ooh, pity. What do you mean, ooh, pity? Who's pity? No pity here. I'm sorry. I'm sorry if any devs get upset at me for that. Or I'm just too excited to play your games. That's all it is. I'm just too excited. This is a supernatural themed Yuri visual novel that I forgot the synopsis. I'm a terrible person to ask to play your games because I forget things so easily. But it seems like a very fun visual novel. I don't understand this. This is a launch option. It gives me 2 different launch options. I don't know. I'm gonna go with the first launch option because I'm not quite sure. But I'm excited to play it. I don't know much about it. I'm so sorry. I hope it's okay that I'm playing it now. I hope it's okay. Where is it? There it is. It looks so cool. You can hear this music? This music is really nice. I hope I don't get copyright strike for anything though. Start game. Whoa. Oh wait, the soundtrack's really good. This is like oh, I love the soundtrack. Today's lesson is really dragging on. Oh, real. It's already 3 minutes past the time we were supposed to get out. No way! They're keeping you in! Junka Fujikawa. From here, we can use the value of X as the radius, giving us the area of a circle. Oh, it looks like we're past dismissal time. Oh, they noticed! Alright, the rest of the answer on the board for those taking notes. After you've taken it down, you're all free to go. You didn't even show your work! Are you the teacher? Show your work! Finally! I stood up and stretched my arms. Oh, this is the MC, so this is us. The other girls started to put away their books and grouped up before heading out. god, we're doing the anime thing where we grab our glasses. I adjusted my glasses and closed my notebook. I was about to leave the classroom myself when one of my classmates approached me. Hey, you! You? Is it you? Is it Yui or is it you? Oh no, I don't know how to pronounce things, I'm so sorry. Geometry can be confusing sometimes, huh? Whew. Kasumi Kawamura. I held back a sigh as Kasumi, the class airhead, oh stop, she's just like me for real, called out to me. It wasn't even a week into my first term here at Solana Academy. Oh. She is me and I am you! Hello Davey, hope you're doing well. She is me and you are you! Yeah, you're so right. That's true. And everyone was already referring to each other by given name. Oh, frick. Oh yeah, that's true. Ishikami? I don't think I read their last name. It depends on whether or not you're paying attention. As long as you remember the formula, it's not that hard. Okay there, Mr. Krabs. The Krabby Patty secret formula! You must be better at this stuff then. These numbers just go over my head half the time. Real! I like her already. I think this is an all-girls school as well, so this is definitely a Yuri visual novel. If you don't know what Yuri means, it just means girl love. So yeah, think lesbians. If you're not into anime and stuff. It probably didn't help that she spent most of today's class doodling in her notebook. Oh, I know someone that did that a lot. Anyway, I'm going to have dinner with Misaki later. Wanna come with? We'll have extra room at our table. I imagined spending my dinner with Kasumi and Misaki and immediately felt sick to my stomach. Why? Cause you don't like— oh, okay, are we— wait, are we just the smarty pants that thinks we're all hoity-toity? That's not me at all. I'm Kasumi. I'm so dumb. I'm the airhead. Frick, and my throat really hurts today. I woke up with so much pain. I've been chugging cold liquids all day because warm liquids do not help. Never suggest warm liquids to me. It does not help. Not even honey. Nothing helps me. I don't know what's happening. My throat hurts. It's not even my throat. It's like my soft palate. It's my soft palate, not my throat. That area above in the back of your mouth before your uvula. That's the soft palate. Ever since I had COVID for the second time, I've been so screwed with that, as my soft palate is constantly getting irritated over any little thing. I don't know, man. It sucks. I have long COVID, I guess. And then my allergies, mixed in with my allergies too, with my nose and throat always feeling tight, and like, not tight, but like closed off because of my allergies. It's so bad. I feel like I'm dying because I can't breathe. And I feel so mucusy lately. So I'm sorry if I sniffle a lot or if I sound congested or something. Misaki is our senior. Oh, wait, so then what year are we in? Sophomore? Junior? Or are we also senior? But she seemed to know Kasumi from before enrolling here. Oh, so we might be freshmen! This led to the awkward event during move-in last week that ended with them publicly agreeing to date one another? Wait, publicly agreeing? Just thinking about sitting next to them as they try to out-flirt each other made me want to gag. Oh no! We don't want to be the third wheel! Sorry, I'll have to pass. I promised someone else already. Aww, alright. Well, maybe another time then. See you later, you. Goodbye. Oh my god, we got so— we have RBF. Guys, we have resting bitch face. Why do we have resting bitch face? The bitch-chan. As Kasumi left the classroom, an uncomfortable thought went through my head. Now I have to show up to dinner with someone, or Kasumi will call me out on tomorrow. Oh, we're gonna have like food together here? I thought we were gonna like go somewhere else for food. I guess I better find someone who isn't busy this evening. Oh, frick. We have to hurry and find a date, Chan! Help me! Do you have Riz? I don't have Riz. I decided to stop by my dorm and drop off my books before I went scouting for someone to ask to dinner. I rubbed my forehead as I tried to think of someone that wouldn't be too annoying to eat with. Oh my god, we were so pompous! There was that one girl that I had met in the library on move-in day. She seemed pretty quiet, so I wouldn't have to talk if we had nothing to say to each other. If only I knew which floor she lived on, or at least remembered her name. Just walk on each floor and see which girl's out to talk to her. Cho Fukuda! Hey, what's up? Or hey, something up? Oh, they have heterophobia! I know it's heterochromia. I know, it's a joke. Laugh! They have heterochromia. Cute. I turned around to see Cho, who lived on the same floor as me. She seemed rather tomboyish. Oh my god, I love her. Which wasn't helped by the fact that she insisted on wearing uniform pants instead of a skirt. What's wrong with the pants? Pantsuits look great on women, and you can't tell me otherwise. You can't change my mind, chat. You just can't do it. But honestly, I prefer pants or shorts to the skirt. I feel like skirts. Oh god, I have bad luck with wind stuff. Or like somehow they get caught on my panties in the back and then my bum is showing. It happened at a convention once and I hated that. I'm not kidding. My cousin had to point it out to me, and he was my young cousin, and he got so embarrassed because he was like, your underwear stuck on your skirt back. And I was like, oh no! It's when I was cosplaying Serena from Pokemon. I felt so embarrassed. My poor cousin, I mooned him in public. And other people. I tried to ignore the fact that some of her long hair seemed to refuse to obey gravity as usual. What? Her hoge? It's so cute! Something about her just rubbed me the wrong way, so I generally tried to avoid her. But eating with her would let me keep my distance from Kasumi and Misaki. Why are we so pompous? Hey Cho, how's the day been so far? Cho shrugged and sighed. It's going. Geometry dragged on beyond belief though. Hell, I think even Miss Fujikawa just wanted that class over with. That class did test the limits of my patience. Do we even have patience? It feels like we have none. Well, at least it's over now. I had some manga I wanted to catch up on, so I'll probably head over to the library for a bit. Wait, are you the library preaching? Cho was about to turn to leave, but I took a step in that direction to keep her attention. Actually, what are your plans for dinner? Have room for one more? Cho rubbed the back of her neck and smirked a bit, which didn't really put me at ease. Oh. Does Cho like us, or are you just being sly? You actually want to eat with me? I thought you told me a few days ago that you would rather eat alone. Oh, we just say no to everybody, but this time we acted rude to Cho. Oh no. Well, you see, did you piss someone off? I sighed and adjusted my glasses. Is that her nervous tick? That's ridiculous. I was just asking. You have to talk to the other girls I was going to eat with. Don't want to just bring someone in unannounced. Oh, it's just dinner. You have a secret club or something? No, but one of the girls tends to be quiet. She might not want anyone else to eat with us. If she's fine with it, then sure, you can join us. Oh my god, a socially anxious girl just like me. Anxious, oh my god. My brain. Why does this have to be so complicated? I'm just asking to sit next to you while I eat. Why are you? Okay, that's on her mind. I was gonna say, it's so sassy. Alright, we can talk to the other girl. Oh, can we talk to the other girls then? Sure thing. I'm sure at least one of them will be in the library, so we'll head over there. You could read some of my manga if they're late. We'll see. I followed Cho to the library. Sorry, I'm gonna be hydrating like after every little bit. I followed Cho to the library, hoping that her friend was feeling generous. To think I'd have to rely on someone else to avoid being nagged by Kasumi. Maybe I should have just agreed to eat with her and then act like I was sick or something. How do I know these girls aren't going to do the very thing I'm avoiding Kasumi for? I mean, was it really that hard to just tell her that you would rather eat with someone else and not that you just had planned? You created a lie and now you're gonna have to create an even bigger lie to cover yourself. She's already here. That's convenient. Oh. Oh, okay. I thought different music was gonna play. Cho approached a girl with long hair that was reading something at a table. I noticed that she was wearing a scarf despite the fair weather. Are you hiding hickeys? Hey, Kagami. How's it going? Kagami, that name sounds familiar. Just Kagami, that's her. Wait, I really like her style though. Good afternoon, Joe. My day has been acceptable so far. How have you been? Geometry sort of pulled the whole day down, but at least it's over with. By the way, my classmate Yu, is it Yu or Yui? Am I pronouncing this right? Yue? Yue, maybe. Or is it just you? Sorry, I'm gonna be caught on that this whole time. I was not properly educated growing up, so I'm gonna struggle reading. I'm sorry in advance. Was wondering if she could eat with us. It took me a moment, but I remember where I knew Kagami from. On move-in day, Kagami was a girl I had met in the library. Oh, it's you! Between all the other people I had met that day, she was actually bearable. Okay, we are not a people person. She also seemed really formal. I was gonna say, she is talking very formal, using fancy language and excessive honorifics. Oh, frick. But now that everyone was acting so familiar with each other, maybe she won't call me. Good afternoon, Miss Yu. She knows our name? But we couldn't be bothered to know her name? What? Why is it? Why does it say that it's me? Magic 8 Ball, does Pix have Riz? And then that wasn't me. Who possessed my account? And the Magic 8 Ball says, very doubtful. Thanks. 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 I told you, Chad, I have no Riz. I have no Riz. I'm Rizless. Not me outing myself through a chat command. I'm so upset. How could I do this? Trust no one, not even yourself. It's ridiculous. I can't believe that happened. I guess the honorific is here to stay for now. Oh, we said that out loud. You met? Kagami nodded, putting her book down. Miss Yu and I spoke briefly on move-in day. Did we introduce each other? We just forgot who she was? Her name? Yeah, not once since though. Not scoring high on commitment here. Commitment there, you! Whatever. Kagami was from a different homeroom, and we didn't share a club or anything. Why would I need to keep in contact? I mean, what if you see her down the hall? What if you want to be friends, or what if she wanted to be friends? You could spend time with someone and just not talk. Silence is also nice. I would be delighted to have Miss Yu join us for dinner. Oh, we're so in, chat. We're so in. Cool, in that case, we'll just have to wait for Akomi. She'll be around soon enough, I'm sure. Another name I felt familiar with, probably from move-in day. From a move-in day mishap. Akomi. I think I ate with her when I first checked out the dining hall. She had at least twice as much food as me and still stuck around for more. She got an appetite. Let's go. So what are we going to do in the meantime? I was going to reread a few volumes of Magical Girl Haruka-tan to catch up in time for the next issue. Suddenly, I felt like everything I knew about Cho was shattered. Excuse me? Magical Girl Haruka-tan? You read that? Yeah? Is there a problem with that? You don't seem the type. You're not girly enough for that kind of thing. Oh. You know, you can keep some things to yourself in your mind. You didn't need to speak aloud for that. Oh no, as someone who grew up a tomboy, you could still like some things that are seen as girly. Some guys like some things that are considered girly, and no one ever bats an eye about that. I never understood that stigma. Cho frowned, rubbing the back of her neck. She's like sweating. That's a bit of a stretch to assume that. We've been in the same class for like a week. And not once have I ever seen you do anything I'd expect from someone who reads Magical Girl manga, much less Magical Girl Haruka-tan. Is that like our favorite? Cho may have a point. You have only known each other for a week, so her behavior isn't going to be easily predictable. I can't believe that even Kagami would side against me with magical girl Haruka-tan involved. Is that like the popular one that everyone's into? I mean, why is it weird that she's into it? Ugh, whatever. Forget I brought it up. So, I take it you aren't interested in joining me? I'll pass. I'll see if there's anything actually interesting here. Oh, we're just not interested in it. Cho shrugged, apparently yielding the argument. Suit yourself. Brag, we're so sassy. After an uncomfortable hour of reading in the library, Cho convinced us to go ahead to the dining hall and meet Akomi there. Whoa! Wait, you look like Korra. Avatar Korra. I think it's the short hair. When we got to our table, another girl scurried up from behind us and laid 2 heaping trays of food on the table. They have appetite. Sorry, I forgot about the whole meet in the library thing. I made sure to get everyone plenty to eat, though. Oh. I sighed as the girl sat down. There was no mistaking her. She was the same Akomi that I had met on move-in day. Oh, so we met everyone before, but we just don't remember? And she certainly hadn't gotten any smaller since then. Oh, we are not fat-shaming! She's not even fat! Why are you fat-shaming? Looking at this, I think you knew we'd have someone else with us today. Akomi noticed me and smiled wildly. Widely, not wildly! I told you I can't read! Clasping her hands together. Oh, you! I haven't seen you much since move-in. You aren't wrong there. If I wasn't so hungry, I'd pinch those adorable cheeks of yours. Who? She is wildly smiling. Honestly, she is though. Look at her. Look at her. She got that smirk going. You can see some of her teeth. I leaned away from Akomi, scowling. It's a good thing you're hungry then. Akomi pouted. Pouted? Oh my god, I can't read today! I'm sorry, my brain broke it today. Akomi pouted, but it was pretty clearly faked. I might have to withhold your share until you let me tickle you if you're gonna be like that. Whoa! I sighed and shook my head, looking away. Don't scare her away, Akomi. Alright, you're safer today, you. How kind of you. Did she always have to be like this? Right back at ya. Right back at ya. Maybe I'd have been better off with Kasumi and Misaki. At least with them, I wouldn't be the one being flirted with. You think that was a flirt? I've had friends that would always invade personal space because that's just how they were, how they showed their affection and appreciation. Even though it was... I had a friend that always licked someone. Like, she would always lick someone. Luckily, she never licked me because I told her, no, don't do that. That makes me uncomfortable. Don't do that. May I ask why you decided to eat with us today? Ah, well, you see, I was trying to come up with a way to explain the situation when Cho butted in. Kasumi from our class always seems nearby when you go to the dining hall. Did you two have a fight? What? Oh, because you're not eating with them? I sighed and touched my glasses in annoyance. It is a tick. It's a nervous tick. Trust me, that's not by choice. And no, I didn't get into a fight with anyone. I just told Kasumi that I had plans with someone, so I can't be seen alone today or she'll pester me about it tomorrow. Ah, we told them we're just hanging out with them as a last resort? Oh god! No! The girls all looked at each other. Cho and Kagami were hard to read from their neutral expressions, but even Akomi suddenly seemed really serious. Then they all started snickering. Although the N was an M. Snickering. Even Kagami smirked a little. Wow, is this elementary school all over again? Right? Why would you lie? I'm so confused. And then you try to keep up that lie, that charade. You could have just told her you weren't interested. That's what I'm saying! That's literally what I said. Miss Yu, you make things more complicated than they need to be. Exactly, than they have to be. I'm sorry. I sighed and slouched in my seat. Wait, I was slouching too. No shrimp posture. Sit up straight, guys. Sit up straight. Chat, you do it too. You sit up straight too! Laugh it up. You haven't had to sit next to Kasumi and Misaki when they start flirting. They're so cute together. I pay good money to get someone to film what they get up to when they're alone. Oh, you're a pervert! You're a pervert! I'm not sure I'd go that far. Still, you could have just told Kasumi you didn't want to eat with her. I huffed and looked away. Whatever. Kagami tilted her head, looking out past our table. Kasumi and Misaki are here. Wait, so we're in the cafeteria? I thought we were in the library still. Huh? Oh, frick, they're here. Wait! Oh my god! They're so cute! I looked up. Wait, they have a green tie. So we are all freshmen? Is that what this is? I think we're all freshmen then. Because we all have red ties. And she has a green tie. I looked up to see Kasumi and Misaki had indeed approached our table when I wasn't looking. Hey you, mind if we sit with you all? Oh, you're a bit late, so our usual spot... Oh, we're a bit late, so our usual spot is already taken. Since you're Kasumi's classmates, we thought we'd ask here first. God damn it. Foiled again! Of course, make some room, you. Ooh. Oh, wait, this is cute! Wait, I really like this. This is cute. Look at their sandwiches! Oh my god, wait, this is so cute. This is so good. I like this. This is really cute. We don't want to be here at all. I love this. Why is she concerned? All that effort ended up being completely pointless. I'm still sitting in on Kasumi and Misaki flirting with each other. I just managed to find some company. How long have you two known each other? Well, Kazu and I have gone to the same schools ever since we were little. I guess it's been about 9 years now? That's right, Misa. You could say we're childhood friends, yeah? What? That does explain why you two are so familiar with each other. Yeah, I don't know what I'd be like if I hadn't met Kazu. The nicknames are so cute. I stayed at my food and poked at it a few times, trying to pay as little attention as possible. I didn't want to deal with this today. Then why didn't you just say you prefer to eat alone for today? Hey, watch what you're doing, you. You're gonna spill your food. Oh, okay, that's why she's concerned. Oh! That was a tiring day. That was day one. At least I was able to sneak away while they had plans. Oh, while they made plans for what they do after dinner. They almost roped us in for more. Still, I felt exhausted. I didn't expect dinner to take so long. I think I was trapped in the dining hall for almost 2 hours. Well, it's over now at least. Might as well get to sleep early today. Pajamas? Wait, why we wear a sweater to bed? Is this our pajamas? Yeah, what? I quickly took off my glasses and uniform before flopping onto my bed, closing my eyes as soon as I felt the pillow beneath my head. Wait, but you just ate dinner. That's not good. Hey, wake up! Yes? Oh. Oh. I jolted upright at the sound of someone pounding on my door. What the hell? The pounding continued. I looked over at my clock, noting that it was around 3 a.m. Oh boy, 3 a.m! Who was still up this early in the morning? Yo, hurry up and get out here! Well, this better not be a prank. I stood up and put on my glasses before unlocking the door and confronting the person who had disturbed my sleep. Is it Cho? Of course it's you. Why did we say that like that? What? Standing outside my room was a worried look on her face. Wait, what? Standing outside my room with a worried look on her face was Cho. Oh, I just read that really weird the first time. I knew it was Cho. Because the color box. Ew, did you sleep through the emergency announcement? We need to get to the dining hall. What the hell are you talking about? You really did sleep through it, didn't you? Someone attacked a student and they think the assailant is still on the loose. I felt my chest tighten when the word sunk in. What? How does that even happen? Is there no security in the halls? Who cares? We need to get to the dining hall like the announcement said. Well, that was nice of her to check on us. We're still in our jammies though. What's wrong with staying in our rooms with the doors locked? Cause that is... What? Shouldn't you want everyone to gather in one area? So that way, like, well, I guess it depends on where it was. Where was it? Where did it happen though? That's true. Wait, no, this is situational. Wait, this is situational. Usually when there's an attack going on in the school, they expect everyone to stay where they are, no? And just lock the doors, try to find somewhere to hide. Whoa, dad joke time. I got fired from the transmission factor. Turns out I didn't put on enough shifts. Huh? Is that a car joke? Wait, it has duck facts? Ducklings can understand the relationship between objects, which demonstrates abstract thought capabilities. What? The relationship between objects? What does that mean? I don't understand the dad jokes. Is it like a car joke? I got fired from the transmission factor. Not factory, factor. Turns out I didn't put on enough shifts. I don't get it! Usually I get these! No, but how can a duckling understand the relationship between objects? Don't they mean people? Or not people, but things? That's confusing. Well, my brain might just be mush. Look, I don't know how much more. I don't know much more than you do. That was hard to read. It's just a me thing, though. All I know is that the announcement said to me in the dining hall. I feel like they should have had someone escort them. It's kind of unsafe for them to go alone, right? Because you're not gonna know if more are gonna be attacked by then. Damn it! Fine, let's go already. Wait, Cho is still in her uniform, or did she change? Cho and I took off for the dining hall. I started to wish I had put on my uniform or something before leaving my room, but it was too late now. When we all got to the entrance of the dining hall, a number of girls were staring at something in the middle of the hallway instead of going in. What is everyone staring at? Cho peeked around someone and her eyes went wide. Who's that? Ah! What is it? I shoved past a girl to see what everyone was staring at and was greeted with a disgusting sight. Whoa! Wait! That's her! Wait, the quote-unquote friend? They were attacked? Well, at least she's alive. Laying on the floor was Kasumi. Her arm bleeding all over. Misaki and the school nurse, Miss Hirata, was sitting on either side of her. Is that Kasumi? What the hell's going on? Are those scratch marks? That is not a scratch. It... Oh, wait, yeah, some of it's coming out. Those are... If the... Is it like a beast? It's called Eldritch Academy. Is there like an Eldritch being here? Is that what this is? I thought it just meant it as because it's a supernatural game. After looking more closely, I suspect Cho was right. It looked like Kasumi had been scratched by a massive claw. Yeah, like multiple. It's not how I'd expect a knife wound to look, that's for sure. Stop gawking and into the dining hall, everyone! With a few hundred apologies, the crowd around Kasumi began to disperse. Oh, jeez. Oh my god, wait, they're also in their pajamas. Why does it look like we're wearing jeans? Why do we wear jeans and a sweater as pajamas? What? Why are you still wearing your uniform? That feels suspicious! Are we gonna have to find... I don't know if this is like also a mystery where you solve something. Oh god, I'm sorry, I don't remember. Hold on. Let me see. This is awesome. I got invited to a few... Oh god, let's see how many. There was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I was invited to 9 other visual novels to play. Hold on. It's a supernatural, a thriller visual novel. Yuri, a Yuri version. Okay. So Solano Academy is a prestigious all-girl boarding school in a remote corner of Japan. Despite its distance from major cities, it never wants for students or funding. However, the ideal school life at Solano Academy is disrupted by the sudden appearance of grotesque monsters from the formerly sealed-off old dormitory. A chance discovery of magical petals leaves 4 students as the only line of defense against this threat. Oh frick, wait, so we're kind of like magical girls? I read this only like once, by the way, and I was like, oh, I have to play this. I read it once and they got me. I'm sorry, I lack critical thinking skills and understanding. But as the girls investigate the old dormitory for a way to be rid of the monsters, they begin to uncover sinister truth regarding their school. Oh my god, this is so cool! So it's mystery and horror. Okay, my bad. I knew it was like a horror. I just got excited because it was a horror Yuri, okay? I'm sorry, my brain... They also have DLC, by the way. There will be several other universes through DLC. One will be free. Actually, two will be free. One will be NSFW, and then the other two will be paid NSFW DLC patches. So look forward to that too. That's coming on the 24th. I'm just gonna be playing through the base game right now. Oh my god! Wait, that's really cool. I'm so sorry, my brain. I've been so busy trying to get things ready for next month too. So my brain is like absolute mush. Cho rushed to Kasumi's side as soon as the crowd dissipated. I stepped toward her to try to pull her back, but she was too quick for me. Mizuki, what happened? Mizuki looked up from the barely conscious Kasumi with tears in her eyes. I don't know. I was heading back to her room after being with me, but then I heard a scream, and when I got to her, she was like this. Yeah, Spooky Month is a few weeks away, so I'm like trying to gather... I'm trying to compile my spooky games for Spookytober, and then I also need to work on like my overlays for next month, as well as get the straw poll ready to post for my subs to vote on next week, and then I have to finish working on my Spookytober outfit too that I'm gonna debut for you guys. I always have like a special glamored outfit, so look forward to that, because it will be revealed, as well as me playing whatever game you guys vote for, which I already have a feeling it's gonna be Resident Evil 3 for number 1. I'll give my subs a sneak peek at the games list come maybe this weekend? Actually, it's already the end of this weekend. By this weekend I mean maybe the 14th, 15th, or 13th. Maybe the 13th I'll show you guys what the games will be, and then of course the 15th you guys can vote on the games, so that way you know what's going to be on the list and what you want to vote for, right? I don't tend to look at the results until it's done, so until you guys do, until I show it to you guys. So it's gonna be interesting. I'll probably keep the poll up until the 29th only, or 30th, I don't know. We'll see how that goes, because October is like, it starts on Wednesday. October 1st is a Wednesday, so it's gonna be a little different this time around. Or it was the same way as last year too. Okay, I read this already. I moved in closer and grabbed Cho by the shoulder. Cho, we should go to the dining hall. Just a minute, you. I was about to pull Cho up and drag her away when we were joined by Akomi and Kagami. Wait, is she wearing a hair clip? I never noticed that. Yeah, she has 2 little hair clips. It kind of blends in with her hair, so it's hard to see. I just noticed it now. I don't know if she had those before, or if it's just like her pajama. Oh my god, she's so cute. Frack! She's so cute! Look at this, your jacket say caged. It's like those funny shirts that are translated in like Japan that people wear that just it just has a one word and it's just something random. Or is that like her tracksuit jacket for the school or something? I was about to pull Cho up and drag her away when oh yeah, I'm sorry. The two of them moved past me and asked the nurse if Kasumi was going to survive. It's just scratches, she'll be fine. It's just scratches, she'll be fine. Walk it off, Kasumi, walk it off. I'm kidding. That's it was bleeding a lot. I don't know how many scratches it was. Probably like 3. It's always 3, so I don't know. She lost a lot of blood. Yeah, I could tell. If I could stop the bleeding and take her to a hospital, we might be able to save her. Is there anything I can do to help? If you'd like to help, call an ambulance. We need to get her out of here as soon as we can. Do we have cell phones? What if her attacker is still here? Will it be safe to move her? Miss Fujikawa stepped over to us, pointing toward the dining hall entrance. Well, shouldn't it be fine? Wouldn't, like, you call for, an ambulance and then, like, cops or something arrive as well, no? Shouldn't that be okay? I don't know. Do we have cell phones with us? Is this a time period where we have cell phones? I don't know. They never said that this was a time period type of thing. Miss Fujikawa stepped over to us, pointing toward the dining hall entrance. Hey, you four standing around, get inside. Didn't you hear that this is an emergency? I was about to agree with Miss Fujikawa when Kasumi opened her eyes. Wait. I was about to... Oh. Well. Uh-oh! Dabs, it looped! Dabs, it looped! We're in a time loop! Wait. Dabs, it looped! That confused me! Kasumi? Kazu, you're awake! It came from... Misaki leaned in close to Kasumi, helping Miss Hirata, lift her up a bit. It's going to be alright, Kazu. I'm gonna call an ambulance. You're going to make it through this! It came from the restricted building. The restricted building? Why is it always the restricted section? It's always the cursed restricted section. You think they would bulldoze that? Break down the building then! Repurpose it! Something! Solana Academy was divided into 3 buildings. One was for classes and held all the classrooms and a few club rooms. This building, the dorm building, held the rest of the club rooms, personal bedrooms, and the dining hall, etc. Now the third building, the old dorm building, was considered off limits. Students tend to refer to it as the restricted building. Oh, in 3? It's always in 3s. Uh-oh! Something bad must have happened to it in the past. Wait, they don't even know? Since the main entrance was sealed with Shinto chimes? Oh god, everyone looks so distressed. The restricted building is not accessible. The doors are sealed. It was open. That shouldn't be possible. Someone should have noticed if the seals were removed. Or broken. She was right. It may have been off limits, but the old building was still attached to the classroom building. Anyone who moved between the classroom building and the dorm should have seen the missing or broken seals. Oh, there was something else inside too. Something else? Miss Hirata, bring Kawamura out front. Asahara, take my phone and call an ambulance. Yes. Miss Fujikawa handed Misaki her phone before turning to the rest of us. Do I need to remind you that you're under lockdown? Oh. Wait, why are you sassing me? What did I do? I'm just standing here listening. I'm trying to think, man. The rational part of me wanted nothing more than to agree with Miss Fujikawa and just wait in the dining hall for this to end. But it felt like something was tugging at me, telling me that something was being covered up. Oh, despite knowing I'd regret it. I ran past Miss Fujikawa as soon as she turned to help Miss Hirata with Kasumi. Hey, where do you think you're going? See ya! Mysteries await for me to solve! I ignored the shouts behind me and kept running towards the entrance to the restricted building. Oh no, we're sickened but curious. When I stopped to catch my breath, I heard footsteps behind me. Oh my god, they all came with us! Wait, is there only 3 love interests? I don't think they ever told me if there was 3 love interests or 4. It seems like there's 3 only. Wait, these 3? No, there's 4 love interests then, no? I turned around expecting to see Miss Fujikawa, but instead it was Akumi, Cho, and Kagami. What the heck are you doing, you? Miss Fujikawa told you to come back. Doesn't look like you listened either. Miss Hirata sent us to retrieve you. Oh, I sighed and rubbed my forehead. Well, as long as we're here, let's check the restricted building's entrance. Then we'll head right back. Everyone was silent for a moment, but then a few nods went between the others and Cho looked at me. Let's make it quick then. I'm a bit curious too. I nodded and then led the rest of them to the restricted building's entrance. Oh, do we have to? Where was the seals at? This is all open. There's no sign of any kind of seals. And the fact that this is spooky. As Asami had told us, the doors were open. The seals laid on the floor, torn apart. Oh, maybe this was a pre-made thing or preset thing. I actually don't know. Is this pre-made? Or is it something that the artists did themselves? Either way, it looks creepy inside there. I don't want to go in there. Who would want to open this door in the first place? Someone curious? That's never a good reason to do anything. Maybe for you, but I like to live in whimsy and curiosity. But I mean, if something is named restricted, why would I go in, right? Who said the person who opened this had a good reason? True. We were quiet for a moment until Akomi broke the silence. Akomi? I think it's Akomi, and I keep saying Akomi. I'm sorry. I'm sorry if the way I'm pronouncing anything is weird. What sort of person do you think was trapped in there? Person? Does she know something that we don't? Someone must have heard Kasumi, right? Kasumi, right? Kasumi? Kasumi? I'm sorry. She said they came from here. Kasumi said that it came from here. It might have been a wild animal that was trapped inside. That would explain the wounds that Kasumi suffered. Well, mission accomplished. Let's head back before Miss Fujikawa decides to expel us for being insubordinate. I don't think that's room for expulsion. We might just be... we might just get, like, detention or something. I was about to nod in agreement when I saw something shine a bit just outside the entrance to the restricted building. Just a moment, I want to check something real quick. Oh, they let us just walk in? I walked over to the source of the reflected light and saw 4 strange-looking objects on the ground. I picked one of them up. It looked kind of like a flower petal, but it was as hard as a rock. I felt a low hum in my chest as I rubbed the petal a bit. After a moment, the petal changed from its original grayish hue to a color that reminded me of my hair. What the heck is this thing? A few gasps from behind me caused me to turn around. When I saw it, I almost dropped the petal I had picked up. Oh! Monster! Oh, frick! Standing between us in the hallway, leading back to the dorms, was a monstrous thing. Its puny eyes staring at us through rows of teeth too large for its mouth, and its arms had massive claws at the ends. Well, we found what scratched her. It's like a dinosaur demon monster hybrid. I think we found what attacked us. I just said that. Akami ran over to me and hugged me tight. Ew, what do we do? Cho and Kagami backed away from the monster with just a few steps. It managed to block us into the entrance of the restricted building. Any escape plan? We could flee into the restricted building and hope there's a way to evade it. Sounds risky. That low hum I felt in my chest returned, and I felt the petal I had picked up vibrate in my hand. A sound like a whisper seemed to call to me. Akomi, could you get off me for a second? Oh, are we gonna magical girl transform? I swear to God, I hope so. Akomi reluctantly let go of me, and I held up the petal. This had been better. Hold on, wait, I'm too excited to read. We're gonna magical girl transform. This had better be about to do... What? This had better be about to do something impressive. Okay. Without warning, the petal flashed and started to change. When the transformation was complete, I held a sword in my hand. This might come in handy. So it's not about us magical girl transforming. We just get... A weapon? Wait, this reminds me of a Solid Face soundtrack. Wait, I really like this. I really like this. The monster roared at me, turning away from the bright flash that came from my petal-turned sword. I moved into a steady stance. Despite never having fought before, it felt natural to me. The monster swiped at me with one of its claws, but a quick step to the side was all I needed to evade the attack. I retaliated with a cut at the now exposed arm, drawing blood. The creature roared angrily, though it didn't seem fazed. It swung at me again with the other claw, but a quick parry saved me enough time to step out of the way before it struck where I had been standing. Probably confused that neither of its attacks had connected, the monster growled in a low voice, grated its teeth together to make an annoying screech. Satisfied that it knew it couldn't hit me, I decided it was my turn to attack. I began to swing my sword at the monster. How were your glasses staying on this whole time, girl? I feel like they would have fallen. I held up a claw in a defensive stance, but after the first few hits, it started to lose its footing. After another... I really like the music in the background, I'm sorry. After another few, it raised its other claw feebly to hold my sword at bay. It didn't take long before the monster was panting for breath, forgoing defense to swing at me desperately. Without stopping to think about it, I charged and plunged my sword into the monster's chest. The hum in my chest weakened, and the sword dissolved in my hand, leaving only the petal. Well, at least we can hide the weapon, right? We can hide the weapon because it's so small. Taking a deep breath, I turned to the others and saw them gaping at me. What the hell did you just do? I sighed, motioning towards where the other petals were still laying on the floor. You think I know? I didn't expect a rock shaped like a flower petal to turn into a sword. The other girls walked over to the petals laying on the floor, each taking one. After picking up her petal, Kagami pointed past me. Monsieur, look behind you. Oh. I turned to look behind me to see that the dead monster was fading away into black mist, as if it hadn't really existed at all. But then how did it attack? What? Is it real? Is anything real? We're in a simulation, aren't we? Oh my god. The hell? A flash of light came from behind me. Whoa. Turn back to see Akomi, holding a what? A naginata in her hand? What's that? Wait, what is that? I don't know what that is. What's a naginata? Is that like an actual weapon, or is that like their made-up weapon? Oh, it's like a spear. It's like Hawk's weapon! It's a geisha blade? Whoa! No, yeah, legitimately, it's like Hawks. Katsuki no Yona! If you watch Yona of the Dawn, you'll know what I mean. That it's like a spear. A spear? Is it called a spear, technically? Wait, someone in Naruto has it? Oh my god. Oh, that's so cool! Ooh! Dang, Cho gets that? That's freaking awesome. I like that. Smirking as she tested different ways to grip it. Cho held up her petal and it transformed into a sword. Oh, never mind, that was her then. So Cho has a sword. The design was different from mine, and Cho seemed to be holding it in a strange way. Why, is she a lefty and you're a righty and you think it's a strange way because she's a lefty? I'm sorry. As a lefty, I got defensive. My friends would always tell me that I'm a mistake in life because I'm a lefty. Meanwhile, Kagami's petal had somehow separated into two separate knives. Ooh! Wait, Kagami got a cool one! Which she twirled in her hands for a moment. So, anyone know what the hell these things are? Weapons? I have no idea. Nope. I have not encountered anything such as this before. Figured as much. These petals are kinda cool, almost like magic weapons from a fantasy story, that's what I'm saying. I'll bet they could come in handy if more of those things show up. Yeah, but for now, we should close this door and head it back. But we can't seal it! The monsters are just gonna keep opening it! Where's the teacher when we need them? Can't they seal the doors for us? Why did the teacher immediately call for another teacher to come and seal the doors? What? Sounds like a plan to me. Okay. Let's closed the doors to the restricted building and started heading back to the dorms. When we got back, we found out that Miss Hirata and Misaki had taken Kasumi outside to wait for the ambulance. The emergency lockdown thing was called off not long after we got back, and after a lecture from Miss Fujikawa, we were sent back to our rooms. I was tired from being woken up in the middle of the night, so a lot of the details escaped me. I just remember holding the pedal I had found as I went back to sleep. I wonder what it is. It's a weapon. I never saved. Let me save. Oh. Oh, this is a prelude. Okay. Let's just... Okay. Wait, I like this soundtrack a lot too. Morning came, so I got out of bed and got dressed for class as usual. After I put on my uniform and brushed my hair, I took the pedal from my desk and rubbed it in my hand for a moment, before placing it in my skirt pocket. Oh my god, we have a skirt with pockets? I'm so jealous! When I walked into the classroom, everyone's whispering to each other. I got to class with only a few minutes to spare, but Miss Fujikawa wasn't in the room yet. What? I didn't think much of it and sat down in my seat. A few girls that sat around me looked at me from the corner of their eyes. Before going back to whispering with each other, I sighed and looked at the time. Miss Fujikawa was late. Just as I was about to close my eyes and get some rest, Miss Fujikawa and Cho walked into the classroom together. Uh-oh. I looked over at Cho's empty desk. I hadn't even noticed that she wasn't here on time. I apologize for the delay. We'll get started with the lesson momentarily. Fukada, if you take your seat. Oh, okay, right. Wait, what was she? What was she disciplining her or something? Cho walked to her seat without another word. Miss Fujikawa locked eyes with me as soon as I turned my attention to her. Ishikami, I need to speak with you after class, so don't go anywhere once classes are dismissed. Oh my god, she... No! Why? Oh, is it because it's probably because we stepped away, so now she's gonna give us an earful. Sorry, I think my soft palate really hurts. I nodded, barely holding back a groan of annoyance. We're so sassy. She was probably still upset that I insisted on checking the entrance to the restricted building. Yeah. At any rate, class went by as usual. A lot of girls seemed distracted, but otherwise it was a normal day. Once classes had ended, everyone else started preparing to leave for the day. The whispers from before class resumed as the girls filed out of the room. Oh, are they not sassing? Are they like whispering about us? Because she had said that they looked at her and then they like looked away. Why? After a few minutes, only Cho and I were left with Miss Fujikawa. Wait, why did Cho stay? Would you two come with me, please? We need to have everyone present before we begin. Are we in trouble? Miss Fujikawa examined me silently for a moment, disapproving. Excuse me, I'll explain once we have the other two. With that, Miss Fujikawa motioned for us to follow her. I wanted to ask Cho what was going on, but I decided it would be best to let Miss Fujikawa explain when she was ready. As I suspected what was happening, Miss Fujikawa led us to Kagami and Akomi's homeroom. What? I knew it! The two of them were waiting patiently outside of the room, worried expressions on their faces. Oh no, Miyazaki? Nakayama, this way. Oh, okay. The four of us followed Miss Fujikawa in silence. After walking down several hallways, we came upon an unused club room, which she directed us into. There was a table with 5 seats in the otherwise surprisingly furnished club room. I'm scared. Why is it quiet? She's gonna talk our ear off. Well, not talk our ear off. What is it? I told you, my brain is mush. Oh man, she's gonna discipline us, yell at us, berate us. I don't know. I'm scared. Each of us tentatively. Oh god, that was such a big word. Took a seat and waited for Miss Fujikawa to explain what she needed us for. After taking a seat herself, Miss Fujikawa took a deep breath and looked at me. I've been told that I need to discuss something with you. As much as I like to scold you— that's it, scold! Scold you for disobeying me last night. Apparently something much more important has come up. Based on what I learned from Cho this morning, I understand that you girls found some sort of petals. Petals? You mean these, right? I dug out my petal and held it out to Miss Fujikawa, so Miss Fujikawa could see it. She nodded slowly. Yes, those. Fukuda tells me that you— what does the teacher call about our last names, but we call everyone else by our first names? Is there like some significance to that? Or is that just how it is? It's usually just the other way around, no? She tells me that you found them outside— just outside the old dormant building's entrance, is that correct? Yes. I'm sure you've noticed that— I'm sure you've noticed they aren't made of any normal material, and they have some interesting properties. Like turning into weapons and casting spells? Exactly. So, do you know what they are? No. But she made it seem like she did! Oh man, I was hoping she'd know. Excuse me, big yawn. But I did spend some time speaking with Fukuda about these petals this morning. Fukuda, would you explain what we discussed to your friends? Yeah, there's a catch with these things. Turns out, once it imprints on someone, you'll know because it changes to your hair color. It can't be used by anyone else. Oh, I see. So that's why Miss Fujikawa didn't just ask me to hand over my petal. Confiscating it does her no good. Yeah, but she could just look at it, right, and examine it. So, now that we're imprinted on the petals, only we can use them. But so what? Why are we so sassy? The monsters in the restricted building. Miss Fujikawa said that only we can hurt them. Huh? There's more than one? Yes. And those what if the music are quiet and then loud? And those seals that were torn down were the only things keeping them inside, from what I'm told. So now the monsters can leave the old dorm rooms. Wait, if those things are on the loose, why are we still here? Shouldn't the school be evacuated? The monsters only appear at night for whatever reason. We'll enforce a curfew. But isn't this sort of a big deal? Yeah, I was gonna say, can't they— didn't I— no, I did say that already. Why can't they just have someone come back and put up more seals? Was it not the teachers that did it? Where did these monsters come from? Why are they there? How long have they been there for? How long has it been sealed off? How long has it been a restricted part of the school? It is a problem, yes. But it's not one the school was unaware of, apparently. Administration suspected that the seals would fall off eventually. Oh, so in time they just fell off. But shouldn't they make it a habit of, like, seeing how often it falls off and then putting it back up in, like, a fresh one? Wait, you knew about those things? Or about these things? About these things. Not me personally, but after yesterday, a number of previously secret regulations have been relayed to everyone on the faculty. The point is, things will continue as normal for the students, but you four could have went on as if this never happened, if not for your imprinting on those petals. They were just there, though. Can you blame us? They were just there. I mean, sure, we weren't supposed to be there, but like, no one else was looking at us, scoping it out. We took matters into our own hands. I was starting to see why Miss Fujikawa called us all here. I wasn't liking where this was going. We're gonna have to fight the monsters. This is correct, Miss Fujikawa sighed. It hardly matters now. But if you hadn't insisted on exploring the restricted building yesterday morning, you wouldn't have— wait, I thought it was this morning. You wouldn't have to be held responsible for cleaning this up. For now, the best the school can do to ease your burden is to help you with your new duty in protecting us from the monsters. What sort of help are you talking about here? Well, since you four are the only ones that can kill these monsters, you are exempt from the new evening curfew and may occasionally skip morning classes for some extra rest. Oh, that sounds fair! Yeah, what else? Since you likely need a place to meet, you four are going to be granted the use of this club room. Don't clubs usually need at least 5 members? Yes, but as we've noted, this is a special case. Who will be our advisor? Will you fulfill the role, Miss Fujikawa? In a sense, I will be listed as your club advisor, but I doubt there is much I can do to help you. Yeah, she just found out about what the pedals even are, like, recently. I don't, yeah. None of the faculty seems to, like, know what the heck is happening. If information was relayed, like, after the fact. Ah, dang it. She's just here to, like, help us, I guess. We have a club room to go to. And tell us all these guidelines. Oh my god. I'm sorry, I'm so eepy today. I held up a hand for Miss Fujikawa to stop. This was a lot to take it in at once. Let me get this straight. Because we're connected to these pedals, we're the only ones that can stop the monsters. There's nothing else that can be done? It seems that way. I really wish that we didn't have to give you for so much responsibility, but it's too late to change that now. I've taken enough of your time. I'm sure you four need to talk this over amongst yourselves. I'll be in my room or the faculty office if you need me. With that, Miss Fujikawa stood and exited the room. We all looked around to each other. Or we all looked around at each other. Guess we have no choice, huh? It does appear that way. Cho leaned back and put her arms behind her head. Hey, you! Hey, you didn't have much trouble with the other one. With that one monster she fought. We just need to pace ourselves. True! Besides, the monsters only come out at night. We don't have to change the rest of our day too much. I guess you're right. Besides, this way I can get to spend more time with all of you. I sigh and rubbing my forehead. Don't tell me we don't want to spend time with them. We just bonded. We went through some crazy events. Wonderful. Kagami rubbed her chin and thought. We should decide on a club name. Why? It's not a real club. That doesn't mean we shouldn't have a name. Let's come up with something. I sighed and lowered my head to think. Nothing came to mind. I have an idea. What's your idea? Chell stood up and held up a fist. We can be called the Demon Killing Brigade. I don't know, man. That's a little too on the nose. I don't think the other students even know what's happening. I don't think they're gonna tell the other students. I don't think they're gonna allow us to tell what we're doing. I don't think that's a good idea. I don't think that's a good idea. I don't think that's a good one. That is not a good one. I almost cringed when I heard her say that. I laughed, so I guess same. Are you serious? Oh, that sounds cool. Let's go with that. Hold on. No one else have any ideas? Kakami? I am amenable to Cho's idea. Really? I did not come up with any suggestions of my own. What about you? You? We just need you to make it a unanimous decision. I sighed and resisted the urge to bury my face in my hands. Why Demon Killing Brigade? Well, we're fighting monsters, right? So we're like demon hunters, and brigade just sounds cool. That's it! What? This is from the Magical Girl fangirl. This is from the Magical Girl fangirl. Some magical girls fight too. I mean, they all do, don't they? Do they not? I thought they all did. Huh? They all fight? What do you mean, some? We're not much different. With these transforming pedal things, I grumbled, wishing that Cho had come up with anything else for a club name. Yeah, I feel like another club name would make more sense or be better. This one sounds a little too on the nose, and I don't know if we're even able to tell other students about this. Because what if they ask what club we're a part of, and then we say, and then they want to join, and then we say they can join? How are we gonna go about this? Wait, what? Fine, but I'm only going to call it the DKB. You know what? I like that better. Don't expect me to say the full name out loud. cool, let's write it down so we can all give the name to Miss Fujikawa when we see her next. I stood up and indicated the empty club room we were in. Because she left. We should bring a few supplies in. Ah, because it's empty. For when we have meetings. Since our job is to keep the monsters in the restricted building, excuse me, we should meet every night as the sun is going down. Here though? We're gonna meet here? How far away is the entrance to the restricted building? Shouldn't we be closer there and meet there instead of in the club room? Like lunchtime we should go into the club room or something. I like that plan. It does sound feasible. Sounds good to me. Alright then. We'll take this day off to prepare the club room. Starting tomorrow, we need to get serious. Wow, it is empty. I liked how they all agreed to go along with my plan. Okay. We're kind of all agreeing to everything all the time. We're all yes girls. Heading out to bring their contributions to the club with my permission. If I was going to be forced into a club, I might as well be the leader. Oh. Act 1! Oh, frick, we're getting into it, guys! Class was a lot quieter than usual today. A lot of the girls seemed on edge. Not that I blame them. With the monsters getting loose and all, I wonder how much we're allowed to tell people outside of the school about this. That's what I'm asking! We're on the same page! Let's go! Why do I always have the same brain as these characters? Oh no. I suspect that even if anyone told their families about this, the faculty would give them some bullshit about how there are no monsters, that it was a prank or something. Sadly enough, I'd believe that story if I hadn't seen that monster. I sighed at that thought and tried to focus on the lesson. Once class ended, I walked through the hallway slowly. I had plenty of time before I need to meet with the DKB and prepare to fight the monsters. But I didn't really have any plans for that time. Honestly, how? I don't know what sound volume even means. I'm gonna lower the sound. I feel like I'm hurting my throat by talking too loud to try to talk over the audio. Let me know if the audio sounds okay. I feel like it was too loud before, but I don't know if that's just me. But yeah, my throat's really hurting, so I kind of want to talk lower. I feel like talking lower helps. I didn't bring my mic closer to my face too. So, sorry. I had plenty of time before I need to meet with the DPK to prepare. Yeah, okay, but interesting. I lost my train of thought. Oops. And so I found myself in the club room with the others, who all brought something to do. Despite how excited they had been when we were told we had a club room to work with, it seemed like no one was really ready to try to invite anyone else to do something with them. Honestly, that's fine. Just use your club room for yourselves. This is your space. This is your club. I don't think you should be bringing other people here. Sighing, I went over to Kagami, who was sketching on a notepad of some kind. What are you drawing? Kagami glanced up for a moment, then resumed drawing. That monster we saw. The one that hurt Kasumi. Kasumi? I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing anything or just saying it weird. Gave me an idea for something. Idea for what? She kept drawing, the only sound coming from her being the sound of her pencil against the paper. So she's an artiste. I was about to give up and walk away when she turned the notepad around, showing me a sketch of some kind of monster or animal drawn with basic shapes. This is what I've accomplished so far. It mostly just looks like a collection of shapes right now. Is that how you're supposed to do it? Yeah! Like, what is it? I was gonna say authentic art. Like typical art or professional arts? I don't know what it's called. Like when they teach people art, it's always like shapes. Draw like geometric shapes. It's so, I don't ever understood that, how people do that. It becomes easier to create a complex shape by first breaking it down into simpler shapes. Yeah, that is what I've learned from studying art. I see. I took a closer look, trying to figure out what the thing would look like when finished. It certainly has teeth, like that thing we saw. But why do you want to draw something like that in the first place? Kagami frowned, and I noticed that her eyes seemed dull, almost. Like not enough light was reflecting from them. I suspect it will fit right in with the tone of the project I'm intending to use it for. What kind of project do you mean? Kagami played with her scarf for a moment, then took a breath and looked up at me. It may be best to demonstrate to you directly. Maybe may I show you the finished project when it's ready? Oh, sure. I'll take a look. What is her project? A comic or something? I'll let you finish the sketch then. Good luck. You have my thanks, Miss Yu. Alright. I'm going to have a hard time getting used to that. I don't know, she doesn't miss She's very formal. Turned away from Kagami, looking at what the other two brought with them. To one side, I saw Komi setting up her laptop with a DVD player. She winked and waved at me when she saw me looking her way. On the other side, I saw Cho reading something. Comics or manga, by the looks of it. Oh! Our first decision! Oh my god, our first decision. I should probably hang out with one of them, but which one? You think it'll allow me to go with both of them? I want to go see what she's reading, but we already know that she likes a magical girl. So I don't know. I'll probably go to Kobe to see what she's watching. I'll laugh if she was watching like the demon slaying movies just to study. Imagine. Imagine if that's what she's doing. I want to see what she's doing. Okay, we're gonna go to Akomi. Wait, what's Akomi watching? I walked over to Akomi. I took a seat next to her at the table where she had set up. Did you bring anything good? She winked at me, grabbing a bag of chips and popping it open. Only one of the most popular anime series of 2013. Wait, are we in 2013? I raised an eyebrow, not really sure whether that was true or whether that was a good thing. I'll start it up. I will see what you think. I'm gonna warn you now, I'm not a big anime watcher these days. I have no idea what was popular when or anything like that. That's a shame. But now you'll be able to catch up. She set the laptop to play, what? She set the laptop to play from the DVD, and the logo Caged appeared. Oh, her sweater said Caged before. I see you own the merch. Yeah, I collect a lot of stuff from the series, mostly from the spin-off, but still. I settled in, and tried to prepare to pay attention, but I quickly realized that I wasn't going to enjoy this show. Halfway into the first episode, I was slouching in my seat. Is there a plot to the show besides guys taking their shirts off? Whoa! What is she watching? Akomi seemed surprised at my sudden question, because it took her a moment to swallow her chip and pause the video. Well, of course there is. They're trying to save the swim team. It's a sports anime. Lame. I still don't understand why people like sports anime. I'm not into sports IRL, so there's no way I'm gonna be into sports anime. Why do people like sports anime so much? Is it the yaoi baiting? Is it the Yuri baiting? Is it because it seems like they're so close, but oh my god, read between the lines, and they actually love each other? What? Is it inspirational? How is it inspirational? I feel like I can never relate to any of the characters because I don't care for sports, and it's always about sports and friendship. I don't understand. Please, someone explain to me why. You say that, but all I'm seeing is a bunch of wet, naked swimmer guys. Oh my god. I heard Cho chuckle, and I looked up to see that she and Kagami were sitting together now. Cho covered her mouth to hide her grin. Sorry, don't let me interrupt that. Akomi laughed too, smiling right at me. They're not quite naked, but I can see what you mean, because they're in swimsuits. This is a yaoi bait anime that she likes. Does that make you uncomfortable? I wasn't about to tell her that I had no interest in guys. I didn't need her hitting on me. But what if I want her to hit on me? I'm just not interested in this kind of thing. Akomi seemed confused for a second, but then I could almost see her read too far into it. I figured out what I was trying to hide. Oh, that gives me an idea. Next time, I'll bring a show that will convince you to like anime. Uh-oh. Is it gonna be the ecchi anime girl swim anime that we saw that one time on my anime list? That one stream? Hello, I hope you're doing well. Yeah, good luck with that. Oh no! After that, it was nearly time for dinner. We ended up going to get food together. Good. All of us probably thinking about what we'd have to do tonight. Wait, can I? Oh, what is it loading? Oh, I like the evening version of the club room. I headed to the DKB club room, where the sun started to set outside before long. How are you doing? I'm doing well. I hope you're doing well. My throat hurts, so I'm trying to talk a little lower. So I'm sorry if everything sounds weird. Before long, the rest of the DKB arrived as well. So, everyone ready for this? As ready as we can be, I think. Oh god, I don't like that it's quiet. Have any of you made sure our pedals still work? Wait, yeah, how do you make the pedals work? Last time she rubbed it, our weapon spawned. But she rubbed it again. I think when we had woken up in the morning. So, but it didn't spawn the weapon. So like, how does the weapon know when we need to use it? Let's hear that. Yeah. As if she had been waiting for someone to say it, Cho held up her pedal and transformed it into her sword. How? Mine seems to. I backed away and scowled at Cho. Hey, warn us before you swing that thing around. What? She just spawned it. Thank you, I appreciate it. Cho nodded with an awkward look on her face, lowering the sword. Sorry, didn't mean to surprise you. I sighed and fixed my glasses. Anyway, it seems our pedals still work. Yes, that's good. I was a bit worried they might not work when we needed them to. That would suck. Not worried enough to check yourselves, apparently. Oh my god, we're so sassy. Are we ready to go? Gami crossed her arms and frowned. I have a question. What is it? I was thinking, perhaps we should split into teams when we explore the restricted building. Good idea, because we don't know how many monsters are there. That might help us search the area more quickly, now that you mention it. And do the monsters continuously spawn? Have they always been there? For how long? But would that be safe? If we get into trouble, it'll just be two of us against whatever we find. We'll also build the same building, but if one group gets into trouble, the other can come over to help. But how big are the buildings? How many floors are there? Like one person gets one floor, the other person gets the other floor? We'll be able to hear each other by screaming down the hall? Oh, sorry, I'm probably questioning too much. I'm sorry. Besides, if we all group up, we'd have to wait just to watch the entrance the whole night, or a monster might slip past us. I imagine they check each classroom, no? I nodded, considering the options presented so far. That too. Since only we can fight these things, we don't want to let that happen. Yeah, that'd be bad. I think I'm seeing why this might be a good idea. So are we in agreement? I nodded. Akomi and Cho also seem to be alright with the plan. Sounds like... Kagami, I'm thinking we should partner up. That sounds acceptable to me. So that means I get Cho, right? That's how you want to put it. Yeah, you can have Cho, I guess. What the frick? Well, be careful in there. You two be careful too. Oh god, our first— oh, this is so eerie! Oh, this is so creepy! I like this. I like this a lot. I like how creepy this looks. Holy cow. Okay, Kagami and I left the DKB club room and headed to the restricted building ahead of the others. The dark hallways were empty when we arrived, but I knew better than to take chances after seeing what happened to Kasumi. Kasumi? Keep your weapon at the ready, Kagami. I'm sorry if I'm saying anything weird. I'm sorry. Acknowledged. Oh. Did we find one? We transformed our petals into our weapons and headed deeper into the restricted building. Silence hung over us as we explored the hallways. After a half hour or so passed, I started to tense up from anticipation, nearly jumping at Kagami's footsteps a few times. Have you seen anything, monsieur? No, nothing yet. Kagami crossed her arms and closed her eyes. Perhaps we should rely on more than just our sight to locate the monsters then. That's a good point. We could probably hear these things long before we see them. Kagami seemed to be about to say something when a tapping sound broke the silence. Oh, I thought we would hear something. Did you hear that? Yeah. We both stood still for a moment, but the tapping stopped. We should proceed with caution. I nodded and held my sword at the ready, looking around for any sign of where the tapping may have come from. After a few seconds, the tapping began again. I listened closely and looked up in the direction it seemed to be coming from. Oh, it's a spider monster! Wait, this one looks really cool! I like this one's design better than the last one. Wow. Above us was an abomination. It looked like a spider with a human face, only the face was distorted and expressionless like a mask. Then that's not a human face, that's just a mask. Kagami, above us. Oh, it was crawling around on the ceiling. I was gonna say, maybe we should look up. One person look up, one person look down, and also at the sides of, like, maybe the classrooms. Kagami looked up at the creature. After a moment, she nodded. I like the music they chose for the monsters appearing. It reminds me of Sally Face. Oh my god, I love Sally Face soundtrack. Man, I feel mucus in my throat. I might have to grab more water. My water's turning to room temp and it's not cold. I need cold water to help soothe my soft palate for reading a lot. It appears we've located our target. I flung a number of ice shards at the monster, aiming for its legs so that it would lose balance and fall. While the projectiles lodged into the monster's limbs, it didn't seem too fazed by them. However, it did leap down to the floor after being hit. Without a word, Kagami bounded over to the monster and sliced off one of its legs using both of her knives as if they were scissors. Oh, that's smart. The monster swung another of its legs at Kagami in retaliation, but she spun out of range before the attack landed. The legs are weak, monsieur. Let's remove them. Good idea. Yeah, they're like little twig legs. Oh, excuse me. Hiccup burp. I ran to the monster and froze its front legs to the floor before it could raise them to strike. Once I was close enough to attack, I hacked off one of the frozen legs. The monster squirmed as it tried to free its legs to counter, but it wasn't quite strong enough to break the ice encasing its limbs. Kagami continued lopping off the monster's legs until it was only a torso and head. What, did you get its arms too? The mask-like face staring at us without any sign of emotion. I noticed that the monster wasn't fading away despite missing all of its limbs. That means it's still alive. And I was about to step forward to perform the killing blow when Kagami stepped over to the monster. Oh, Kagami, you're so hardcore. Kagami cut the head from the monster in one swift motion without any hesitation. But instead of falling to the floor, the head continued to float. The mask-like head flung itself to Kagami and shrieked. I flinched at the sound of it and wanted to cover my ears. Wait, we didn't cover our ears? You wanted to? I was about to fling an ice projectile at the mask to get it away from Kagami when she stabbed it with one of her knives and flung it away. The mask and its former body began to fade away, but the memory of that shriek stuck in my head. How did that not deafen you? Kagami looked at me and frowned. It was painful to hear that from up close, but it would have been worse had I not reacted quickly. Their ears are probably ringing. It'd be really cool if they added some sound effects to that, like the tapping, maybe a shrill like screech. Like, you know how Magical Word Diamond Heart, when you do battles, you can hear like the monster shrieking and stuff. That instills the fear in you, man. Like you feel like, holy crap, this is real. The monster's there. You can hear it and you can see it because it's on screen. I wish they would have added a little bit more sound effects. I wish there was like a little bit more sound effects. Kagami rubbed the side of her head, apparently not as immune to the monster's scream as I had thought she was. It's probably like how when a weapon blows off or a kettle hisses. Maybe like a kettle hiss they could use. Like a non-copyright kettle hiss. I don't know. We should keep in mind that we must destroy the head of that monster to kill it. If we see it again, we do not want a repeat of tonight. Ah, so that's what she's doing. Like a compendium, right? Is that the word? Like a monster compendium? Is that the word? Encyclopedia? A monster... Like information about all the monsters. Illustration of what they look like. As well as what's like weak to them. Like cutting off their limbs help for the spider. And then the other one was dodging all the time and they get frustrated. Right? That's smart. Yeah, no kidding. I adjusted my glasses and looked around for any sign that another monster might attack. Well, let's get back to patrolling. After exploring the hallways a bit longer, Kagami and I headed back to the entrance. Once everyone was back from patrolling, we all headed back to our rooms for the night. So what, we only killed one monster that time? I like that. I like the whole loading, the whole loading page. I really like that. I like the loading page. It makes us feel like a typical, like an RPG game instead. Gonna need water soon. And potty break. I filled this up before I came to stream, by the way, and it's already almost empty. Misaki was waiting for me just outside my room while I was on my way to class. She was leaning against the wall, looking at her feet. I was about to walk past her when she looked up at me. Man, we just don't care about no one, do we? If she clearly looked troubled and she was outside her room, she was gonna want to talk to us. What do you mean you just try to blow past her like nothing? Ew. I sighed and turned to face her. What is it? I need to get to class. I know, Misaki turned her face away from me. There was a faraway look in her eyes, as if she were looking at something in the distance. I'm worried about Kazu. Do you know if she'll be alright? Why are you asking me this? Are we not her friend? Misaki sighed and looked me in the eyes. I felt my chest tighten with frustration. Doesn't she have class to get to? Oh my god, why are we so sassy? Her like a close friend, potential lover, just got maimed. What? I'm just worried about Kazu. I don't want to lose her. It's not like I can do anything about it, you know. Misaki's face hardened into a frown. Right. Sorry. Misaki looked at me for another moment before shaking her head and walking away. How heartless are we? Oh my god, we have like no emotion for anybody? I sighed with relief that the conversation was over and turned to head to class. What? At Okomi's request, we all met in the club room. A little bit ahead of time, we had originally agreed to hold meetings. Jacket. This is an anime jacket. Okay, now I know why it says cage. It's not just because of the silly, like, typical, you know, foreigner shirts with a random word and they don't know what it means on it. It's because it's from the anime. That's great. Once everyone was present, Akomi stood up. So, we've been making sure no monsters get to the rest of the school, but we still don't know how many monsters there are, right? That's right. We don't know how long it will take to clear out the restricted building at this rate. How will we determine the number of monsters remaining? They don't appear during the daytime. Why is she in her uniform but the rest of us are in our jammies? Akomi nodded, frowning. That's the thing. How do we know that the monsters aren't created when the sun sets? Wait, what? It's an endless kind of spawn? Maybe we'll be fighting these things forever unless we find out why they keep showing up. So what you're saying is, there might be something that creates these monsters at night? And unless we deal with it, the monsters might keep coming. Yeah, like a monster spawner or something. Cho sighed and shrugged. I've heard of stranger things. I have too! And it's not like these monsters are like anything we expected. What if this monster spawner or whatever can't be destroyed? What do we do then? What? Can't we just blow up the restricted building? We could seal the restricted building shut like it was before. That's true. But the seal gives way after a while and we don't know that time frame, and for some reason nobody thought to like get more. Or to reseal it again. That should be the last resort. We don't want to pass this problem on to someone else like it was passed to us. But it's still a possibility we have to consider. I crossed my arms. Wait, so if... Was there someone that was able to... Hold on, my brain, the gears are turning. Wait guys, the gears are turning, I'm under P brain. So if it was passed on to us, like Cho says, does that mean that there was someone before us that also dealt with this? Is why the weapon pedals were out front like that? But if that's the case, why did they give up so easily and just restrict the building? Why did none of the faculty members get informed about this possibility of if the seal gets broken, that monsters might come out? I feel like that's something that the teachers should have been notified about when they start working here, because how else are they going to protect the students and let them know that they can't go in there because there's monsters? At least let them know that they can't get in there because it's dangerous, if they don't want to like say that there's monsters. And then how come they didn't leave behind anything for the kids to know and find out and help with the weapons? Or is this like the first time that this has ever happened? I'm so... How? What does it mean? What does it mean? Cross my arms and try to think of what to do with this theory. We should start exploring the restricted building during the daytime when we don't have to deal with those monsters. Yes! That's a good idea, unlike their off days. The others nodded, looking around at each other. That is a sound plan. I don't know why I said planned. At least it won't be so creepy during the daytime. Yeah, I'm behind that plan too. Good, we'll start tomorrow. For tonight, let's just deal with any monsters we find. Cho, you're with me. Got it. I'll take Kagami then. Which floor should we patrol, Miss Yu? I adjusted my glasses and considered the question. Wait, so yeah, if it's always a new spawning point, does that mean that how are we actually gonna get through this then? If we even go through every floor, every other day, we're just gonna have to keep doing the same sweep over and over and over again. But what if we don't even find a monster? Is there a monster on every floor? They didn't say if they fought a monster as well, because we had fought a monster that day, that night. So then did our other team also fight a monster? Or is it just one monster per night? Joe and I will take a look at the second floor. You and Akomi, keep an eye on the first floor, just in case something tries to leave the building. Understood. Oh my god, excuse me. Big yawn. We should get going. We don't want anything to slip by while we're still here. I nodded and headed towards the door of the club room, retrieving my pedal from my pocket as I went. After climbing to the second floor of the restricted building, Cho and I transformed our pedals into weapons and began patrolling the hallways. We explored in silence for a few minutes, but eventually Cho seemed unable to keep quiet. So do you think Akomi is right? That there's some sort of monster spawner that's making more of those things? Probably. It'd explain why these things keep showing up. Cho ran a hand through her hair and looked down the hallway. That'd suck if there was some kind of thing that just makes more of these monsters. Are we checking the classrooms as well? What if it's something in the classrooms? What if it's like hiding in the classrooms, you know? Why are we only checking the hallways? I feel like we should check the classrooms closets. Is there like a basement? Maybe we'll get to the basement eventually. Maybe it's in the basement actually. The spawner or whatever. Maybe it's like a portal somewhere? That'd suck if there was some kind of thing that just makes more of these monsters. I can see it happening, but it seems like it'd get really tiresome to fight these things forever. Then we find a way to stop it from making more. You're making this out to be a bigger problem than it is. That's because we know literally nothing. Why is MC so sassy? Yeah, maybe. I mean, we can kill them easily enough. It can't be too hard to get rid of them when we find the source. Conversation dwindled from there, and I nearly sighed with relief that Cho had stopped bugging me. Oh my god, why are we like this? My relief was short-lived, however. I hear something. I strained to hear what Cho had heard, and I could eventually make out huffs and growls. I held up a finger to tell Cho to stay quiet and approach the source of the noise. The sounds were coming from behind a closed bedroom door. I nodded at Cho and indicated the door. She nodded back. I grabbed the handle and tested it. When I felt it was unlocked, I flung it open. What is it? A growl erupted from the room as the door slammed against the wall. I lifted my sword to be ready, to a ready stance and prepared myself for the monster. Oh, it's like a tiger, wolf, saber-toothed tiger. I don't know. It's a cat type of thing. It looks really cool. I like this design too. Ah, I like the soundtrack for the monsters. A creature that appeared to be some sort of dog or wolf. That's the one. I said tiger. Got to its feet and bared its teeth at me. Bared its teeth at me. I'm sorry. I realized after a moment that huge spikes were protruding from its fur. The beast jumped at me while I was looking at its spikes, and I barely conjured up a wall of ice quickly enough to block its attack. I understand why we have ice powers now, because we always give the cold shoulder. I'm sorry. Shards of ice scattered onto the floor, and the wolf lunged at me again, grabbing my sword in its mouth. Cho sent a bolt of electricity into the monster's hide, surprising it enough for me to pull my sword free. I took a step back and held my sword so that its point was facing the monster. The wolf growled and snapped at me a few times, and it didn't come within reach of my sword. Oh. Cho swung at the monster from the side, distracting it from me and giving me a chance to strike. While the monster was dodging Cho's attack, I froze one of its paws to the floor and thrusted my sword into its torso. The beast howled in pain. I pulled my sword out and stabbed the monster again, hoping to kill it before it could recover. The wolf's howls cut off short, and when I pulled my sword free the second time, it flopped to the floor. Okay, this one we slayed a lot faster than the other two, it seems. Excuse me. Joe and I watched the monster carefully until it began to fade away. Okay, so now it's dead. Well, another night, another dead monster. I took a moment to catch my breath and nodded. That better be all for tonight. One is plenty. I'd have to agree with you there. I turned from the room the monster had emerged from and began walking down the hallway. Let's try to wrap up tonight's patrol. I want to get some sleep tonight. We spent another half hour or so checking the hallway again, but nothing else attacked us. Okay. It made it seem like there was going to be more. After we were finished, we met with Akomi and Kagami at the restricted building entrance and called it a night. Oh my god. Oh, we're outside the doors? Excuse me, hiccup. After breakfast, I headed straight to the entrance of the restricted building. Oh yeah, we're gonna check it in the daytime. Since there were no classes today, all the others were waiting for me when I got there. It's so creepy in the daylight. It does appear less ominous this way. Wait, what? You said it's so creepy? Oh. There's no history button? Oh, it's not so creepy in the daylight. It does appear less ominous this way. I pulled my pedal out of my pocket and gripped it tightly. Don't forget that this place is dangerous. Keep your pedals ready in case something happens. Got it. We ready to go in? Let's do it. Oh, frick, wait. It still looks eerie, though. Why did they say that it's not creepy? This still looks kind of creepy to me. We all set foot inside the restricted building and began to search the hallways for any clues about where the monsters appear from. It was significantly easier to explore the building while there was still a hint of daylight filtering in through the boarded windows. The lack of monsters trying to kill us was a nice bonus. Why hasn't one of the monsters tried to break out through the windows? They're boarded up, but the wood looks untouched. I took a closer look at the boards Akomi was expecting, seeing no claw marks or any other signs of attempted destruction. I moved to another window. That is strange. We said the same thing! Wait, yeah, that is very strange. That... Why haven't they just tried to escape through the windows? I don't remember seeing any Shinto sealing charms on the outside. Maybe there's some other charm at work, like blessed wood or something? Blessed wood? Can happen, I'm sure. Yeah, soaked in like liquids that are blessed. Why would someone bless wood? If you have a home and you're gonna want to bless it, you could bless the materials. Hello? Is that really that weird of a thing? To board up windows that monsters might try to break through? I don't know. I tried to think of something I could say to dismiss Cho's ridiculous theory, but I decided it would be better to save my breath and adjusted my glasses instead. Oh my god, at least Cho's right though, come on. Let's look somewhere else. We only have so much daylight, and I still want to do other things before we have to patrol tonight. I turned my back on Cho and the windows and started trying the doors. Since this building used to be a dorm, I suspect most of the rooms would be locked. Why? Wait, it wasn't locked last night. Is it locked in the daytime but unlocked at night? Yep, it's locked. Why would they lock the doors? If this is a restricted building and there's literally no one else here and it already had a seal previously, why would you lock the doors? I feel like the doors should be unlocked. Oh my god, I'm getting chills. Oh god, I have goosebumps. Do you think we should request the keys to these rooms? Should they exist? Should they still exist? It couldn't hurt. Let's see if any of the doors in this hallway open before we head back for the day. We made our way down the hallway, checking each door, only to find them locked. I was about to call it a day when Akomi tugged at my sleeve. I found one that's open, over here. What? We hurried over to where Akomi had found the open door, and it quickly became apparent why it was open. This door was bashed in. Do you think one of the monsters did this? I shook my head, pointing at a puddle of cooled metal collecting dust on the floor. Likely the only remains of the door's hinges. Oh. Wait, but it could have still been a monster. Why did she say no and then point at the hinges on the floor? It could have still been a monster. What do you mean, no? Nothing could blast the hinges off a door unless it was like brute force from something, you know? We haven't seen many things that melt the hinges of doors, do we? Maybe it has fire magic abilities. Yeah, the things we fight would have just tried to burn the door down if they had fire handy. Oh, so she thinks it was a person with like a blowtorch? Why couldn't it have been a monster that melted the hinges? Think about it. The monsters we've seen are all pretty straightforward. Melting the hinges is a pretty efficient move. One that these monsters wouldn't be able to figure out on their own. Oh, true. They're dumb just like me, for real. So it was likely a person who destroyed this door. In that case, it is almost certain that they used magic to heat the metal. Do you mean it was someone like us? It's unlikely we're the first to find these puddles. The real question is, why did they need to break into this room? True. In search of an answer, I entered the room, taking care not to trip on the broken door. Wait. Oops. Should have had this going. My bad. My bad, I had to fix something real fast. The air felt thick inside the room. I felt like there was something that didn't want me there. What is this? From the light, but why is it over there? What's that on the bed? I tried to shake off that feeling and walked over to a sheet draped over something in the corner. This? I pulled off the dusty sheet and almost gagged on the dust and the scene underneath the sheet. What? A girl's skeleton sat against the wall, curled up into a fetal position. That is not a fetal position. She was just sitting down. Oh, wow. Her clothes were ragged and decaying. barely recognizable as a school uniform. Freaking hell. I heard footsteps behind me, and then a few gasps. Is that a body? What does it look like, Cho? Okay. She's in shock. You don't have to be sassy pants. Good lord. Oh my god. I coughed up some of the dust and cleared my throat before turning to the others. Oh my god. Why are we so sassy? We shouldn't be so surprised. We knew that this place was sealed off for a reason. Well, he never said anything about corpses being here. You'd think they would have had a full sweep of the area before that. So we had to expect to find previous victims at some point. But what if the people were still alive and the school still just locked it off without warning? The fact that they didn't tell the other faculty, the new faculty? Like, why? This is all just so suspicious to me. Still, didn't we just figure that a person broke into this room? Yeah. Because that would mean this girl was murdered for something and not by a monster. I felt a chill when I realized the implications of Cho's observation. We've explored enough for today. Let's head back for now. I'll ask about keys to the other dorm rooms. Should we not explore the room further? We'll do that another day. For now, we need to take a break. But we've only been here for like an hour. Cho, do you really have the stomach for finding more bodies today? I'd be glad to stay and watch you vomit. Jesus. But we still need to be ready for tonight. But if we were only here for an hour, you guys should be able to go at least 5 hours tops, right? Go explore around this floor as if it was a school day. Because how else are you gonna like figure things out, you know? Cho seemed a bit surprised at my outburst, but after a moment's hesitation, she nodded. Okay, fine. Let's just go then. Try again another day. I really have to pee. And I need to fill up my water. Okay, after the next like little scene transition, I'll go potty. I didn't wait for the others before leaving the room and heading back to the main buildings. Oh, it's just because we got uncomfortable, it seems, because everyone else wanted to keep looking. I didn't want to mention it to the others, but the skeleton we found had the shattered remains of what looked like one of our petals in its hand. It did? Wait, what? It did? Oh no! I didn't mean to do that! I meant to save on the other side. Oh, dang it. Oh no. I already saved. Hold on. I want to see. Oh, what? Do I not have the picture? I wanted to see the image. Scenes? Wait, what does that mean? Grim discovery. Oh! Oh, that's so cool! Oh, I could have just gone back then. Wait, they had a petal? Is that what this is? No. It's just a piece of the like this, like parts of it just missing. Wait, and they also had glasses. Hold on, we also have glasses. Does that mean is that foreshadowing? Are we gonna die? Did someone get jealous of the girl and try to kill her to steal the petal? No, that doesn't make sense. Whoever broke down the door had to have a petal themselves. No one brings tools to melt metal into a school dorm. True. So why was that girl killed? And why? Well, they just left her there, right? And then they covered her with a sheet. I realized that my breathing was unsteady once I reached the comfort of the main buildings. I stopped to take a few deep breaths. That was way too much excitement for today. Oh wait. Oh, this game's actually pretty short. Oh wait. I meant to load a game. Oh. What the heck? Oh wait, this is really good. I like this. I really have to pee pee, guys. I really have to pee. It's gonna be 5 o'clock too. Okay, I've been going for 2 hours. Let me chug the rest of my water. Get out of my head, man! Get out of my head! I'm sorry. Actually, I'll have it on the, cause there's no sound. I'm gonna go pee and I'm gonna go get some more water. So give me like two to 3 minutes. I'll be right back. I'm 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 back. Hello, hello, hello. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. Okay. Hi. Let's continue. Why does it sound so melancholy? I spent the next afternoon doing homework, trying to get what I saw in the restricted building the day before out of my head, still in her mind. That was a grim sight. Imagine just walking around your school halls and then you just stumble upon a skeleton. I was trying to guess how to proceed with the geometry proof when I heard a knock at my door. Sighing, I got up and walked over to the door. Coming. I opened the door and headed outside to find Joe. Hey, you. Is it you, eh? I don't know. I think it's just you. I don't know. What are you bothering me for? Why are we so mean? You've looked a bit off since yesterday. I thought I'd check up on you before tonight's meeting. Well, you didn't need to bother. I'm fine, Cho. If you say so. Cho ran a hand through her hair and sighed. Well, I guess I'll see you tonight then. Cho turned and headed back to her room. I shrugged and went back into my room. After finishing up most of my homework, I headed down to the DKB club room to meet with the others. A memory of the skeleton we found and the shattered petal beneath flashed in my mind, but I forced myself to ignore that line of thinking. Why can't you just talk to them about it? I'm sure they're all experiencing the same feeling. What the heck? We can bond with them, you know? What is with MC? I didn't have to wait for the others long. They all joined me over the course of the next few minutes, chattering away about unrelated topics. I waved to get Akomi's attention as she finished saying something to Cho. I'm heading to the 3rd floor tonight, I think. If you want to team up, that'd be fine with me. Alright, some alone time just for us. Don't make me regret this. Cho chuckled a bit and motioned to Kagami. Alright, that means you're with me, Kagami. Affirmative. Have fun, you two. I love this one. Komi's so funny. She likes to flirt though. Cho and Kagami walked out of the club room together. I sighed and turned to Akomi. Have fun? We saw a dead body just yesterday. How can we have fun? I suppose we can try to make the most of the night. Let's just not get too close to the skeleton. Shook my head and turned to leave. Let's just get going already. I made sure to take the stairwell to the far end of the building from the room with the broken door when I went to the 3rd floor. I didn't want to remember that body or the strangely colored dust beneath it right now. Strangely colored dust? What? Akomi and I walked down the hallways stoically. Interesting, they didn't have anything to say? Anyone watching us would probably have thought we were calm, especially since we didn't have our weapons at the ready. Why not? Literally a monster could appear at any moment. I kept my breathing steady, but sometimes I'd have to hold my breath when I heard a creak or other background noise interrupt the silence. It was during one of these moments where my breath was still when I heard the sound of 2 different breaths. I held up my petal and started to examine the hallway around me. Akomi transformed her petal into her naginata and leaned on it. Something wrong? Akomi seems to sense that something was off too, since she spoke in a whisper. Oh, I heard the sound of 2 people breathing while I was holding my breath. Unless we have 2 mouths, we aren't alone. Akomi nodded slowly, and stood upright, looking around for any sign of the monster. I felt a tingling in one of my ears and spun to face that direction. I saw a sharp dart around a corner, just too late to avoid detection. I transformed my petal into my sword and ran toward the figure. Why would we run toward the figure? Girl! When I reached the corner, I heard something that sounded like the flapping of wings and looked up. It's a bat-like monster. Flying just above me was something that looked kind of like a giant bat, but at the end of its wings were pointed tips that were dripping of a liquid of some kind. My eyes followed the path of one of the droplets as it hit the floor and started to steam a bit. Komi ran over to me and held her naginata at the ready. What is it? It looks like a bat, but watch out for that liquid dripping from its wings. It doesn't look safe. It's like acid? What? Komi nodded and took a combat stance. What's the plan? Let's try to take out its wings. We don't want it getting away. You have to clip its wings. Clip its wings! I wasn't sure I'd be able to freeze the monster's wings while it was flapping them, so I flung a few ice shards at it to get its attention. Can't we, like, tear its, like, wings? Is it thin? The monster dodged the projectiles easily, flying to the side and then diving towards us. Get ready. I had my sword held in front of me, ready to strike. The monster flew in close to me. I swung at it, but it twirled out of the way at the last moment. I was going to attempt a second strike when I felt my feet leave the ground, pain shooting through my shoulders. Oh, it clasped onto us? It only took a moment to realize that the monster had grabbed me and was trying to fly off with me. Komi, get down! I tried to swat away the monster's wingtips, which were getting too close to me with each flap. I didn't want to know what the liquid dripping from those wingtips would do to me. Komi chased after me, charging up a fireball in her hand. She took careful aim before she flung the blast at the monster. The monster cried out in surprise from the attack and let me go instantly. I barely had time to think of how close I was to being hit by the fireball, since I ended up sprawled on the floor after the fall. Hugh, are you okay? I'll live. I forced myself to my feet, trying my best to ignore the pain in my shoulders. I turned and saw that the monster had landed on the floor after being hit. Don't let it take flight again. I froze the monster to the floor, but that didn't seem like it'd last. It began to swipe at its frozen legs, melting the ice of the liquid from its wingtips. Going somewhere? Komi ran over to the monster and set her naginata blade. Yeah. Just like on fire before stabbing it into the monster's face. Ah, she has fire. Now the monster tried to bite at Komi a few times, but its attempts slowly became weaker as it began to die. After the monster stopped moving, Komi pulled her naginata from the monster's head. I relaxed as well, letting the ice holding the monster to the floor melt. Within a few seconds, the monster began to fade away. I took a deep breath and rubbed one of my shoulders. The monster hadn't cut through my skin, but it still hurt to have been grabbed so tightly. Well, that's good. It didn't cut into her skin. You alright, you? Komi looked at me with a concerned frown, tilting her head. It'll be sore tomorrow, but I should be fine. Komi nodded slowly and sighed. I hope you get better soon. Sorry about letting you get grabbed. What if we turn into that bat? What if... Because then they think that there was two? Just don't let it happen again. Okay. What? Okay. Why are you acting like it's Komi's fault that we got grabbed? Hello? We lunged at the monster. That was us. That was all on MC's shoulders. Literally. After all, I can't keep you to myself if you get carried off by some monster. I sighed and adjusted my glasses. At any rate, we killed another monster. Let's get some sleep so we don't fall asleep in class tomorrow. Finished talking, I led the way to the stairwell, and we headed back to the entrance. Cho and Kagami met us along the way to the restricted building's entrance, and Komi lagged behind a bit to talk to them. I ignored them and kept walking, already thinking of putting on my pajamas and getting some well-needed rest. Are we already in our pajamas? Hold on. The class was dismissed for the day. I stayed in the classroom while everyone else trickled out. Eventually, Miss Fujikawa and I were the only ones left. Oh my god, excuse me, burp, hiccup, burp. Is there something you need, Ishikami? Oh my god, again, excuse me. Oh, I'm chugging so much water. Actually, there is. I need to talk to you about the locks on the restricted building. I see. I take it you need the master key to the old dorms before you can explore the building freely? If you knew that, why didn't you give us them? Why did we have to ask for permission if you guys told us to do this? Shouldn't you have given us the key? The master key? Hello? That's right. Are you sure unlocking the doors would be a good idea? We both know what happened last time a sealed door was open. You know? The monsters are apparently in the hallways, despite there not being anything suggesting that they came from the open rooms. We're thinking that the monsters are being created by something in one of the locked rooms. Tsuchikawa nodded, crossing her arms. I swear to God, the teachers are so suspicious right now. Why wouldn't you give the students the master key from the get-go, you know, from the start? Why are you waiting until they come to you and ask, were you the ones that murdered that one kid? I don't trust them. Now I don't trust the teacher. If you're certain you can handle anything that happens, I'll get you the master key for the old dorms. By the way, I've been asking around about why the old dorms were sealed off in the first place. I'll be sure to let you know and the others know if I find anything useful. That'd help a lot. We don't really have any leads on what's going on here. Come with me. We'll collect the master key for the old dorms so that you can get back to your investigation. Miss Fujikawa and I went to the principal's office, which was strangely vacant when we visited. Miss Fujikawa unlocked a glass case and took a rusty key from a board studded with labeled key holders, and handed the key to me. I don't know why that was so hard to read. Oh, my brain. With the master key in hand, I keep wanting to call it mastery for some reason. I headed to the DKB club room to meet with the others. Everyone was already there when I arrived, excuse me, having apparently come over right after classes ended. Hey you were just talking about, we were just talking about what we plan to do about the restricted building today. Well, you may want to take this into consideration. I held up the rusty key so everyone could see it. Wait, but there's only one master key. Shouldn't we check the rooms when it's daytime, so that way it's safe and then we can all be together and search all the rooms? It's the master key to the restricted building. Now we can explore all the individual dorm rooms that were locked yesterday. Good thinking, you. I actually like that idea better than Cho's plan. What was Cho's plan? I suggested that Akumi use her fire spells to melt the locks or hinges? That sounds like a lot of effort compared to using the key. It's a good thing I managed to get it. Honestly, have Akumi go to the other floors while we go to the floors with the master key and just, you know, use the master key, and then she can also bring. We can do that. We can do that. Yeah. It makes more sense to me, honestly. That sounds like a lot of effort compared to using the key. It's a good thing I managed to get it. Shall we begin? We'll want to get started soon. There are a lot of rooms to investigate. Yeah, let's go. Oh, so it is daytime still. We all headed into the restricted building, keeping our pedals close in case something happened. I was unlocking the first door when Cho tapped me on the shoulder. Hey you, I just thought of something. We don't really need all four of us searching each room, right? I frowned, not sure where she was going with this. What's your point? Do you want to leave or something? No, not that. I was just thinking we could split up into two groups. One group could search the locked rooms while the other could check the second floor. As far as we know, there may still be open rooms that, up there that have clues. That would save us time in the long run. I looked over at the others. Okomi, Kagami, what do you two think? I think it's a great idea. I'll even give it bonus points if I can get some alone time with my partner. Kagami? As long as we stay in pairs, should be safe enough. I'm amendable. What? I'm amendable to this plan? What does that mean? Like accepting? Approving? I don't know. I'm assuming. Right. Then we just need to decide who goes where. Well, those two could take the other floors and then us two could be here. After thinking it over for a moment, I waved at Kagami to join me. I'm thinking that Kagami and I should check the locked doors on this floor. That leaves Akomi and Cho to start searching the second floor. Is that alright with everyone? It sounds acceptable to me. Akomi, bonded over to Cho, like, oh, my brain, I'm sorry, and took her by the hand. Well, in that case, should we get started, right? We should get started, right? Alright, let's go. With that, Akomi and Cho headed over to the nearest stairwell. Shall we begin then? Yeah, let's get started. I turned the key and pushed the door open. Oh no, not this word again. Tentatively scanning the room as the door cleared. I'm sorry, I was poorly educated growing up. I'm struggling. I don't know why either. Like, my brain is complete mush. The room seemed to be mostly empty. Just a bed, some furniture, and a closet. Stepping into the room caused a dust cloud to rise, irritating my eyes. This room certainly hasn't been used recently. Well, duh, it's an abandoned building. You appear to be correct. This dust has not been disturbed for some time. I cleared my throat before the dust I had kicked up could cause a coughing fit. Holding a hand in front of my face, I peeked further into the room. Unless there's a secret loose board or something, I don't think anything is in here. I will examine the room more closely. Perhaps you should unlock the next in the meantime? I nodded and left the room, waving dust out of my face. I started walking to unlock the next door, hoping this room wouldn't be as dusty. Girl, we're in an abandoned, restricted building. It is definitely gonna have a lot of dust, every room. Kagami joined me not long after I had opened the door, shaking her head slowly. There are no clues in that room. Figures. I'll bet there is only 1 or 2 rooms that actually have the clues we need. 1 or 2? In the meantime, we're going to cough up dust for the rest of the week. Why aren't we wearing masks? Girl? We will have to endure until we find what we're seeking then. Yeah, let's just hope we find it sooner rather than later. In that case, let's get back to it. I opened the door to the second room slowly, hoping not to kick up too much dust. Room number 2. Let's start searching. We spent the better part of 2 hours checking locked rooms on the first floor, but each room was the same as the last, empty except for old furniture and dust. Well then, it's empty! If it's not, what you're looking for is not there, it's gonna be empty. Of course it's gonna have furniture and dust. Silly. Well, that's so silly! After checking the last room in the hallway we were in, I took off my glasses and rubbed my sore eyes. I felt like I was going to have trouble sleeping tonight with all the dust in my eyes. That sounds like a mess. That means when you blow your nose, you're gonna have dusty boogers too. Yucky! I hate that. Cleaning the old house when we were moving, how that caked on dust, and then when I finally blew my nose, because my allergies are so bad, even with wearing a mask, I still have like black boogers. It's so gross. Fortune does not appear to be on our side today. This was such a waste of time. No, because now you know the rooms are clear. We're all going to get sick for nothing. How would you get sick from dust? Wear a mask. Even though I literally just said I still had dusty boogers. Perhaps the others discovered something of use? I'm not optimistic. I know you're not. She's so sassy! Nope, they didn't find anything, just a bunch of dusty rooms. I knew it. I felt like this was going to be the result the whole time we tried to meet up with the other group, but I was hoping I'd be wrong. One of the stairwells had a map of the building, but the ink was all faded. It appears we haven't discovered anything helpful today. So we learned nothing? Actually, I checked the stairwells when we were going upstairs. Looks like there's 3 floors and a basement to this place. The basement. The basement would definitely be the place I'd expect the monsters to be coming from. At any rate, we should head back for today. We need to be ready for tonight. The 4 of us started walking down the hallway toward the entrance of the classroom building. When we passed the destroyed door we found yesterday, I kept my eyes on the floor to avoid looking at the skeleton in the room. In doing so, I noticed something. We didn't cover up the body after finding it? Guys, that's so mean to the deceased! Hey, the store still has a nameplate. I knelt down and pulled a nameplate from under the door, turning it in my hand so that I could read the name engraved on it. Chitose Tanaka? Did I say that right? Chitose Tanaka? Could that be the identity of the skeleton in that room? Maybe. It explained why she was able to get in without breaking the door, at least. But how do we know? That's not a fun way to go, getting killed in your own room. Yeah, you'd think at least your own room was safe. I put the nameplate down and started walking away. Well, at least we found something today. The others started talking about what they plan to do before the DKB meeting. But I just ignored them and headed on my own way. Man, we're always alone. How was this a Yuri if we're not even gonna be able to be friendly and date anyone? I feel like all we're doing is just sassing everyone. Why are we so mean and sassy? We're supposed to be a team. I tried to pay attention during class, but I kept spacing out and eventually stopped listening to the lecture. Once class was finally over for the day, I headed over to Cho and tapped her on the shoulder. What is it? I think we're going to skip searching the restricted building today. I'm thinking we need a day off. I agree. 2 days of searching and all we found was a skeleton and a nameplate. We might as well take a break. Let the others know if you see them around, or maybe text them. I'm going to drop my books off and find something to do. Alright, later you. I feel like we should have kept exploring still. Because we haven't found much yet. We just found the possible name to the victim. Oh my god, excuse me. But that's it. I had just left my room after putting my books away when I heard someone call my name from down the hallway. Again? I turned inside as I saw Misaki approach. Why aren't you visiting your precious girlfriend in like, the hospital? Or did she also turn into a beast because she was scratched? Why is she here with us constantly? Hugh, did you hear? Hear what? What are you talking about? Kaze was recovering faster than expected. Ms. Hirata called the hospital earlier today and they said she might be ready to come back to school in a few days. I recall the nasty wounds that Kasumi had suffered and wondered how that could heal in just a week. She is gonna become a monster, isn't she? Are you sure Ms. Hirata wasn't just saying that to get you off her back? I'm sure. She called me down to her office just to let me know. Ms. Hirata must know that Misaki has been worried about Kasumi. Then again, it's not like anyone in the school doesn't know that. Oh, so they are dating. That Misaki and Kasumi are dating. I'll believe it when I see Kasumi in class again. Alright. I just thought you'd like to know since you're her friend and all. Great. Now Misaki thinks I'm friends with Kasumi. Does Kasumi really not know how little I can tolerate her? Oh my god, why is MC so rude? Maybe because oh god, MC is so rude, but then they also don't like outright talk or say something. They just like assume people just know what they mean and what they're feeling, and like, no one's a mind reader, girl. Get off your high horse. Oh my god. Yeah, thanks. I'll be going now. Alright, see you later, you. I breathed a sigh of relief as Misaki turned to leave. Oh my god, really? I guess I better make the most of my time before Kasumi gets back to school. When I got to the club room to check in on the others, Kagami and Akomi were setting up a TV. What is this here for? Oh, you! Could you press the center button on that controller there? I picked up a controller that was on the table and pressed the button, which changed the image on the TV screen. Thank you, Monsieur. It seems everything is working as expected. What is working as expected? Well, the TV, duh! While we waited for Cho to arrive, Kagami explained how she had set up her laptop to display on the TV, allowing us to play a game on the TV using her controllers. Excuse me, hiccup. After Cho showed up, Kagami began setting up the game. What game is it? What? She said it's called Crimson Tears. It's a fighting game. That is correct. The original game is fairly obscure now, but the modding tools are popular among certain demographics in the fighting game community. It's not for the modding. If not for the modding tools, the game might have been long gone. It's been long forgotten. Dang. Modding on a console? Oh no, on the laptop game. I was gonna say it's not a console game. Console games I feel like are harder to mod. Sorry, chugging more water. Sounds a bit niche. Cho shrugged, smiling. It could still be fun. Kagami probably made some cool mods for it. Oh wait, she made mods for it? I thought she said she got mods for it. Sorry, I was stretching. And yawning. I'm so eepy today. I don't know what's my problem. Sorry. With everything set up, Kagami picked up the main controller and held out the other. Who desires to play first? I guess I'll try. Sitting down in front of the TV with Kagami, I picked a character at random. Kagami nodded cryptically at my choice, then picked something that looked like the sketch she had been doing a few days ago. I thought she was sketching the monsters. What do you mean she was... what? Are you familiar with fighting games, Miss Yu? No. I'm terrible at fighting games. I'm so bad at fighting games. I don't really care for them. The one time I did well in a fighting game, I forget what Mortal Kombat game it is, but my cousins got so butthurt that I was beating them that he shut off the system. And I was like, alright, fine. I guess I'm not playing freaking fighting games anymore then. And I never did. I'm so bad. Like, I'll play beat-em-ups, like Scott Pilgrim and like the old school Ninja Turtle games. Or no, the recent Ninja Turtle games as well. The arcade versions. But yeah, I don't really play fighting games. I'm so terrible at them. I don't know how people can do that. I don't get it. Like, anytime I play Smash Bros and I choose Link, I just do the swirl attack. I don't do anything else. In that case, perhaps I should explain the controls a bit. For basic attacks, you press one of the face buttons while holding the right stick in the direction you want to aim. For blocking and evading, you hold either the left or right shoulder button and tap in the direction you want to defend with the right stick. Plus, each character has their own set of combo. I'll just figure it out as I go. Honestly, you just gotta button mash. I feel like unless you plan on going like pro or playing non-casually, then you can learn the combos and whatnot. I kinda just, whatever, I button mash. The loading screen was fading, and I didn't want to try to memorize this arcade control scheme. Even so, Kagami seemed taken aback by my interruption. You was the kind of gamer that threw out the manuals. Oh, shut up. Kagami gave me a moment to figure out some basic movement controls. Then the fight began. Within seconds, chunks of my character were flying across the screen. Holy shit. Did her arm just come off? Oh god, I wasn't expecting that. Oh, so it is like Mortal Kombat. Kagami bit her lip, but she continued to do strange things to her controller that tore my character to pieces. I apologize. I should have perhaps mentioned that this game is infamously gory. I heard a chuckle from behind me, and I saw Akomi was reading on her phone. Accurate dismemberment physics. Broken limbs can't be used for attacks. Whoa! Is that a marketing bullet point? My bloody mess of a character somehow got a hit in, knocking off the hand of Kagami's character. Unfortunately, my modded character doesn't have dismemberment logic yet. Oh, so you're using a character to cheat. As if to demonstrate, her character slapped me with an invisible force that would have had been the dismembered hand finishing the fight. How was I meant to win against such a broken character? Literally! Because I had a broken limb. Get it? And they were broken because they could still attack despite having a broken limb? Cho leaned in, forcing a grin. I could take your spot for a bit. I'm not good with fighting games, but I'm a bit more familiar with them than you are. Oh! Yes. I want to keep trying. How am I going to learn if I don't get better? I can't get good if I don't keep playing. I want to keep playing. I need to get better. Yeah, get good. Kagami, is it okay if I play Cho for a bit before fighting you again? Kagami nodded. That is acceptable. Let's cycle out the players. This should be interesting. I wonder if anyone can dethrone Kagami. It feels unlikely. We played the game for a long time, probably a few hours, while it was a much more even match when I was against Cho or Akomi. I felt like I wanted to somehow beat Kagami. Oh, she's getting competitive. Eventually, Kagami convinced me to take a break with her as the other two played. I rolled my head on the table, angry and tired. I hate how complicated that damn game is. If it's too easy to mod, why hasn't anyone made an easy mode for the controls? That is a good question. Perhaps it is because one would have to edit every character's combos in order to have a full control scheme conversion. I hate combos. Do this, then do this with your eyes closed. Combos are kind of annoying because I feel like you have to be so specific when you do the inputs of the controls, and I feel like I just can never get it right. I feel like I press a certain button too hard or too much, or like it acts like it registers as if I did multi-press it when I just press it the once before the other one. It doesn't always like work. I looked up at Kagami, who seemed to be lost in thought. I sighed and held my head in my hands. Do you have any easier games? I do. Perhaps next time we can try something that would be more enjoyable for you. I sure hope so. Excuse me, I yawn. I feel so sleepy right now. What the heck? I slept last night for once. I don't know why I feel so sleepy today. We spent some more time together, like that, for a bit. Despite knowing we need to be alert tonight. Oh, or maybe because of it, everyone seemed keen on having fun. It was a good de-stress moment. I like that. That was good. We needed that. Maybe we did need the break. I'm sorry for saying we didn't need the break. Clearly we needed the break. Everyone was so dead. The next day... Oh, wait, that sounds crazy, seeing how we found a dead body. I'm sorry. That was so insensitive of me. What? I keep doing that lately. I keep saying accidental, insensitive things. I'm so sorry. Holy mama. Oh. The next day, the DKB met outside the restricted buildings as soon as classes ended, and we began sorting out who would check each floor. I think I'm gonna check out the basement today, so whoever is checking the second floor should take the master key. I sure hope they don't lose it. Oh my god, have some faith in your companions! Unless you want me to search with you, I can take the key and head to the second floor. I didn't want to let Cho have the key, but it's not like she'd lose something so important. Oh my god! Have some faith in your teammates. Alright, take it. Right, who do you want to pair with? I nearly sighed when I made my decision. Okumi, let's check out the basement. Alrighty. I will accompany Cho then. Cho nodded and started leading Kagami to the stairwell. See you two later. Let's hope we find something, alright? As soon as they left, Okumi turned to me with a wide grin. So, what are you planning to do to me in the basement? Oh my god. I'm not planning to do anything to you. I'm planning on looking for clues. I prefer you help. I shook my head and stormed down the stairwell, not waiting for a response. I wasn't in the mood for one of Okumi's pouts. Okumi and I descended into the basement and began combing the rooms for any sign of where the monsters might be coming from. Wait, but there's more rooms down here. It seems like none of the doors were locked, conveniently enough. Unfortunately, that was because most of them were facilities like the cleaning room and a small kitchen. A kitchen in the basement? Weird. Oh god, hold on, sorry. Excuse me. This place seems pretty nice, if a bit odd. Old! Odd? A bit old. I wonder why it was left like this, though. Yeah, it's strange. I'd expect an unusual building to be leveled to free up space. Despite checking every inch of the basement we could search, couldn't find anything that could explain where the monsters were coming from. I was about to signal Okumi that we were done for the day when I felt a vibration in my pocket. I pulled out my pedal and it glowed dimly in my hand. We didn't even have our pedal at the ready? It's like we're becoming, like, I don't even know why. It's like we're getting used to just going down here and just checking for nothing. But the thing is, that's only in the daytime. At nighttime, there's always something. Why didn't we have it at the ready? girl? I pulled out my pedal and it glowed dimly in my hand. A gentle tugging feeling suggested that I walked down a dead-end hallway. Hugh, where are you going? Quiet, my pedal was reacting to something. Really? I thought it was just me. I slowly inched down the hallway until my pedal stopped glowing. There's like an outline of a door. Before I could see anything, a door materialized to where the dead end used to be. What the hell? There was a strange symbol on the door that looked like a 5-petaled flower. I held up my pedal to see that it was a similar shape. I heard Okomi approach from behind me, stopping as she reached the spot where I stood. Do you think this is where the monsters come from? I shrugged and approached the door. Not sure. Maybe. Why don't we try to open it then? Wait, if it needs 5 petals, there's only 4 of us. So... Huh? I looked around for a latch or door handle, but I quickly realized there wasn't anything to open the door with. There wasn't even a keyhole. Are you seeing what I'm seeing? What are you seeing? Is there a tear in my skirt? No, I'm not looking there. I mean the lack of any handle or keyhole. Oh my god, why did we bring Okomi with us if we were just gonna be so rude to her? Why? Why? Why is MC like this? Please. Why is he so sassy? Oh, yeah, that makes it hard to open. Whatever. Might as well tell the others about it before we do anything else. It's been like 2 hours since we started searching anyway, and they're probably waiting for us. Let's head back for now. Doesn't look like the door is gonna open easily. Are they... Are you serious? They didn't realize that it had 5 petal markings and we have 4 petals with us? Wait, there was a destroyed petal by the person's body. Oh. Does that mean we'll never be able to open that door then? How are we gonna solve this mystery? I'm so confused. Kagami and Joe were waiting for us when we returned to the entrance of the restricted building. Joe handed me the master key once we caught up with them. Did you find anything, Miss Yu? We did not acquire any clues. Or we did not acquire any cues, sorry. We didn't find too much either. What we did find might be worth looking into, though. What do you mean? We found a sealed door. Locked, not locked, sealed. No handle, no keyhole. And it had a symbol of a flower on it. One with 5 petals. 5? Does that mean there's another petal somewhere? There might be. The flower on the door had petals that look like ours, so I'm guessing it's connected somehow. Seems to be the case. Did we even tell them that we noticed? We never talked about the body to each other. We just assumed that it might have been someone who was murdered. But why didn't we tell them that there might have been a broken flower next to them? Flower petal. That does seem to be the case. Kagami noticed that I was deep in thought and gave me a confused look. Something wrong, Miss Yu? I was debating whether or not to tell the others about the shattered petal we found on... We don't know if that was really Chitose's skeleton. But why don't we tell them? There's literally no reason to not tell them. We're a team here. And finally decided that they should know. Finally? You shouldn't have kept that as a secret. Anyway, like what? I think I know what happened to the 5th petal. Remember that skeleton we found on the 1st floor? Chitose Tanaka? What about her? Underneath her, there was some dust that looked sort of like our petals before they imprinted on us. I think she had the 5th petal. Everyone was quiet for a moment as that sunk in. Hold it. We thought someone else who had a petal killed her, right? Why would 2 people with petals fight each other? I don't know. I'm guessing we'll have to look around some more to find out. If I'm right, the only thing we learned from this is that there is a way to get the petals to imprint on someone else, but the previous owner has to die to make the petal revert to a neutral state. Well, at least we can find backup if one of us dies then? Don't say that. What a weird thing to say, actually. We're not gonna let those monsters kill us. I felt, I'm sorry. Oh my god, my brain. I felt mentally exhausted, especially after Cho's sad attempt at lightening the mood. I sighed and shook my head. At any rate, we've done enough for today. We'll check out the 3rd floor and that door tomorrow. I need to catch up on my homework now. I'm sure you all have things to do. We'll meet again this evening later. Have a pleasant afternoon, Miss Yu. Yeah, see you later. See you soon. Dang. And we're still on Act 1? I was walking toward the DKB club room when I felt a shiver run down my spine. I realized that I had just passed the entrance to the restricted building. Pulled my pedal out of my skirt pocket, scanning the area for any sign of danger. Despite the chill I had felt, it seems like nothing was out of the ordinary. After examining the hallway for another minute or so, I put my pedal away and continued to the club room. Oh, well that's not good. Anytime we have a weird sense of something, something goes wrong or something happens. What? That doesn't sound right. Once everyone was present, I stood up and crossed my arms. The monsters have been getting more quiet these past few days. We need to be careful in case they're up to something. Good idea. I don't like how they seem to be hiding from us all of a sudden. Yeah, that is a little strange. Why are they hiding? Well, why are they hiding from us? They probably know that they're getting slaughtered, right? But if it's only one that spawns at a time, remember how we said we had heard 2 breathing when someone was quiet? Is it just because there was one person and then Akomi that was with us, maybe? Oh my god. Sorry, I had to cough. I drank my water and it like went through the wrong freaking pipe. Oh my god, that hurt. Until we find out where those monsters are coming from, we just need to keep them inside the restricted building. Are we still going to split into teams tonight, Miss Yu? We are. But tonight we should stick to the 1st floor near the entrance. We don't want to let anything past us. But we also can't afford to get cornered. Alright, so who's going with you tonight? Or so who's going with who tonight? I'll take one side with Akomi, if that's alright with you anyway. Oh, it's always alright with me. Wait, yeah, why are we getting her again? She seemed annoyed last time she was with her because she flirted with her. And now she wants her again? Oh. Kagami and I will take the other side. Kagami and I'll take the other side. Let's move out. Right, let's go. We headed to the entrance of the restricted building, each step reminding me of the chill I felt earlier. Excuse me, hiccup burp. Once we reached the entrance, we all pulled out our pedals and transformed them into our weapons. Oh, now we do that? It seems like we only do that at night, but in the daytime we never do. I feel like we should have them at the ready anytime we go down here, because who knows what we're gonna find. Akomi and I will take the side of the door. Akomi and I will take the side to the left of the entrance. In that case, Cho and I will take the right side. Be cautious, Miss Yu. Yeah, don't get hurt or anything. I'll make sure nothing happens to you. You two look after yourselves. We all headed to the restricted building and split into our teams. The chill I had felt when I passed by before returned, and I nearly shivered as I walked into the restricted building. Akomi and I cautiously stepped through the hallway. We did not skip! This is not fun! We are not having a jolly skipping time, I'm sorry. Turning every few seconds to check behind us. The hallway seemed quiet, even more than the previous nights. It felt like this place was abandoned. Oh! I nearly jumped once or twice at the sound of Akomi's breathing. I realized that we were both holding our breaths for long stretches of time. The hallway was quiet enough that our breathing sounded louder than it was. Hey, Hugh? I flinched at the sudden interruption of the silence around us. Taking a deep breath, I turned to face Akomi. What? Where are the monsters? Think I know? That's why we're looking. Akomi nodded, but she still looked worried. It's taken a long time to find them. It's starting to worry me. Starting seemed to be an understatement. Komi almost jumped when I sighed. Yeah, this isn't good. They're usually around by now. Komi and I continued to explore the hallway, keeping watch for any signs of the monsters. After half an hour or so, we began looking inside some of the bedrooms to see if any monsters were hiding in them. As the time passed, the chill I felt at the entrance returned, causing me to check behind me even more often than before. I must have looked paranoid by then. After 10 minutes, I couldn't take the silence between breaths any longer. Something is wrong. This is much longer than we've ever had, and it's been days since we saw a monster. It has? Why was there no information about the time skip? I thought this was just the next day, or the night, the evening after the morning of finding the door in the basement. Maybe we should head back? I'm inclined to agree. Let's go. I was turning around to start walking back to the entrance when I saw a shadow dart from a bedroom into the hallway. There, I saw something move. Huh? Where? It's running towards the entrance. We need to cut it off. We chased after the shadow, preparing to fight. When the shadow reached the entrance, I noticed that Cho and Kagami were chasing another shadow that joined with the first one when they collided. Oh! Was this the girl from the room? Maybe we should have locked the door. Oh wait, the door was broken in though. The shadows seemed to melt into each other when they combined. After a moment, they took on a solid form. I nearly gasped when the shadows parted to reveal a monster beneath. Reveal the monster beneath! Standing between the four of us in the entrance of the classroom building was a girl that looked no older than any of us. Oh dang! The girl gave us a wicked grin as a weapon appeared from the shadows before her. She grabbed the handle of the weapon as the rest of it materialized, a curved blade at one end and a spiked metal chain on the other. Oh god, I don't know how to pronounce that. It looks like a kusarigama? Don't let her grab your weapon with a chain. I was surprised that Kagami seemed to be taking this so calmly. But when I looked over at her, I could see that even she was tensely clinging to her weapons. I lowered my sword and took a step toward the girl. Who are you? What are you doing here? The girl's expression shifted from a grin to an open-mouthed sneer as she started to swing the chain above her head. She's not interested in listening to you. Get back. Yeah, she's clearly not like in her right state of mind. I mean, she was literally formed by shadows. Why is she trying to talk to it? If she really is like a monster, she's not gonna know how to form coherent sentences. I jumped backwards, hearing the sound of metal hitting the floor as the girl swung her chain at me and missed. Damn it. Well, she's not friendly. Let's take her down. Oh, I thought that was a plan. Come on. I raised my sword and motioned for Cho to flank the girl. I kept an eye on oh god. The weapons chain as I sidestepped around the girl. Be over here. The girl turned to face Akomi and earned a fireball to the face. She didn't seem fazed by the attack, but it was enough to distract her. Now, Cho. Cho and I both leapt at the girl from either side. I ducked just in case the girl swung the chain at me and stabbed her torso. The girl swung her chain around me, down at me from the direction I wasn't anticipating, and I pulled away at the last moment, losing my balance and throwing off my attack. While I righted myself, I saw Cho's sword parry away by the blade of the girl's weapon. I'm not gonna pronounce that a second time. I'm just gonna say weapon. Damn. Akami charged in with her weapon, leveled like a spear, aiming directly at the girl's chest. I wasn't finished yet. I'm still right here. The girl sidestepped at the last moment, smacking Akomi's back with the handle of her weapon as she passed by, knocking Akomi to the ground. I noticed that Kagami was sneaking around behind the girl, and I realized I needed to keep the girl's attention long enough for Kagami to strike. Hey, I'm not down yet! I stepped between the girl and Akomi, giving Akomi a chance to get up. I held my sword with both hands, hoping that would be enough to avoid having it grappled away from me by the chain. The girl flung her chain at me, wrapping it around my sword. She yanked it back, but my grip made me get pulled along with the sword. I landed face first in front of the girl, barely clinging to my sword with my right hand. I felt a shoe step on my left shoulder, and I guessed that the girl was about to go for a killing blow. Wait, yeah, the weapon. Our weapon is the pedal, so she probably wants to break them? If this is the girl from the room and her weapon was broken, she probably thinks that we were her assailants. But before that can happen, the weight on my shoulders suddenly vanished and the grip of my sword loosened. I looked up to see that Kagami was holding her knives as if she had just cut out someone's throat from behind, but there was no sign of the girl that we were fighting. Standing up, I dusted myself off and looked around. Where the hell did she go? Kagami lowered her weapons and looked around. I turned to see Cho helping call me up. When Cho saw I was looking at her, she shook her head. I have no idea. As soon as Kagami cut her throat, she vanished. Just like the dead monsters, but faster. But faster? I looked around again, but Cho was right. The girl was gone. What the hell was that? Kagami stretched her neck and retrieved her weapon from the ground. When no one else seemed to have an answer to my question, she shrugged at me. It looked like a girl, but it must have been a monster, or it wouldn't have disappeared like that when we killed it. If you killed it, how did it phase out faster than the monsters? Yeah, a part of me is relieved it wasn't human, considering we had to fight it. Still, this isn't good. Now we have monsters that look like people. That may be the reason why we didn't find any other monsters today. It may take whatever is creating these monsters more energy to make them look human. Oh. I'd rather fight the monsters though. I'd almost rather fight the monsters though. I sighed and let my weapon transform back to normal. Well, this one is dead. That's all that matters right now. We need to pick up the search for clues. We can't let monsters that look like people get into the rest of the school, or worse, out of the school. True! Hey, why can't we get someone to close these doors, man? Ah, God! Why can't we get someone to close these doors? Who sealed the doors in the first place? Why can't we just hire them to come back? Come back and close the doors for us. Come back. Please. Please come back. Why do we have to do this? We're literally children. Please. Got that right. I looked around at the others and noticed that they all looked like they were barely keeping their eyes open. I rubbed my own eyes and suppressed a yawn. Let's get some rest. It was a long night even before that shadow thing attacked us. I won't argue there. I'm exhausted. We'll talk about what happened here later. Let's head back. The others all nodded and followed me out of the restricted building. I felt a chill from earlier. I felt the chill from earlier in the evening once again when I closed the door to the restricted building for the night. What does this mean? Oh, Act 2. Oh, frick. Felt exhausted when I woke up in the morning. Part of me wanted to just lay in bed and forget about classes. Miss Fujikawa did say we could skip morning classes if we needed to. Ugh. Wait, have they not been skipping morning classes this whole time? How long have we been fighting these things? Has it been like a week? 2 weeks? Has it been a month? We're staying up all night. We're going to classes still. Like how much time in our day are we actually getting rest? Are we actually, well, we're only exploring for like maybe 2 hours tops, it seems, because that's like the most time that they've ever said. I'm so confused. There's not really like a clear time frame of a lot of the stuff happening in the game, and that's kind of confusing to me. But I don't know, that just might be a me thing. I have to pee, and it's already 6. I don't know if I should just end things here. I'm gonna save here because I messed up the last save. the first save I had. I meant to not do that, and I just, well, wait, can I only have 3 save files? I didn't see that. Can I only have 3 save files? Okay, no, cool. Cool, I can have a handful. I don't know if this is like it. If this is all of the ones I can have. Oh god, but I'm so dead. I'm so dead and I have to pee so bad. I think I'm just gonna call it here because my throat's also really hurting. My throat's also like killing me. It's not even my throat. It's like it's like the back of my throat, or the top of my throat, as well as like my soft palate that really hurt. Excuse me. I'm so sad because I used to always play visual novels for like freaking 6 hours, and now I can barely do 3. I'm so sorry. I miss being able to stream longer. I'm so sorry. I think I'm gonna end it here. I am loving this game. I wish there was like more. What does back mean? Oh. I was like, what does back mean? Let's quit. Yeah, I saved. It's fine. It's fine. We're fine. It's fine. I saved. It's fine. Oh god, it's taking forever to close out the game menu. It's making me lag. Can you save me, chat? Am I moving well? Okay, I'm sorry. So it's already Sunday, so now I need to make a new schedule for the week for you guys. I'll do that after stream, so expect it later on my socials and Discord. I'll probably only stream Monday. Only one day. I'm sorry. I don't know. Maybe a surprise stream Wednesday. We'll see how I feel. Not Wednesday. Thursday. Maybe a surprise stream Thursday. I don't know. I'm sorry. I feel like I'm getting sick, so I'm gonna take this week to rest. I don't know what the heck I'm gonna play tomorrow. What am I gonna play tomorrow? Lost in Random, I guess. Yeah. I think I'll play Lost in Random. I'm sorry. Oh, I'm so sorry. I feel like, oh god, I have to pee so bad. I chugged my water like twice, and this thing is pretty hefty. It's my Mint Phantom water bottle, by the way, if you guys have seen it in Discord. It's a really big bottle of water. It's my biggest bottle of water, and I love it so much because it's so cute. It's from Cat Van Kit. If you guys would want a Mint Phantom water bottle, that's really big. I'm gonna see who I can raid, by the way. I really have to pee, but I'm trying to wait. I'm trying to wait a little bit. Oh, wait, Maria's playing Hollow Knight. Let's go to Maria. Wait, there's drops for Hollow Knight? Uh-oh. It didn't even go to the right person. I clicked Maria. Why did it go to someone else on my follow page? Holy crap. Oh my gosh. I don't know why, but Twitch is not loading properly. It's friggin' weird. Is Maria streaming on YouTube? I can redirect to her. Why does everything always act weird? Okay, no, Maria Chu is not streaming. So I'm not going to redirect on YouTube. I'll just post her link on YouTube chat. /raid Maria Chu, my bestie. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I really appreciate it. Like I said, expect more visual novels in these coming weeks because of the event on September 24th. I'll try to stream them all at least once. I think I said 9 others to play. I don't know if I'll have time to play on 9, but I'm going to try to at least do maybe 1 or 2 visual novels per week. But not this week. This week I'm only going to stream Monday. Maybe Thursday if I'm feeling up to it, but it'll probably be a late night stream. What I'll play? I don't know, a visual novel. So yeah, take care. I'll see you guys tomorrow.